So here's the thing with homemade meals. Eating them is great, but all the chopping and measuring and cleanup, not so much. With new one-pan assemble and bake meals from Blue Apron, you get all the flavor of homemade meals with a fraction of the work. Just assemble the pre-chopped ingredients, bake in the oven, and enjoy. Shop Assemble and Bake at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BlueApron.com/terms for more.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,452. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my car. And 2, are in the men's room. I'll tell you today, it's a birthday celebration on a Bad Choice Friday. The return of Ted versus the FCC. Plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV time with Ted.
Clack, clack, drinking a dog.
All right, here we go. A man goes to a restaurant with his girlfriend, ends up in their promotional video. Then his wife sees it.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, a Belltown drug dealer is busted, hiding his drugs where you would take a dump. Woman divorces husband after finding out he wears a wig. A drunk dad decides to let his 12-year-old son drive his rig. And a dog in an animal shelter in West Virginia breaks out of his kennel, unlocks the front door, and bolts. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a poll of 5,000 Americans was conducted to find out what was the worst pain they ever experienced. Now, the idea was to rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10. And just so you know, the medically accepted pain scale, they say 1 is considered very mild pain, that's barely noticeable, while the 10 is, well, frankly, the worst pain possible. So with that in mind, we determined, let's say, a stubbed toe, at least the initial pain of it, that ranks around a 4, right? Or as they describe it, moderate pain, you can ignore it, but it's still a distraction. And I think a stubbed toe ranks right around there. Now, everyone has stubbed their toe, so we all know that pain. And again, that's a 4. Now, according to the poll, 59% of Americans say they've experienced an 8 on the 1 to 10 pain scale. An 8 is defined as very strong pain that makes it hard to do anything at all. And if that's true, well, the question is, what happened to be in that much pain? So according to doctors, it could include everything from kidney stones to childbirth to shingles. And the scary thing about that is that those aren't accidents. Those are just things that happen naturally. On the other hand, if you're going to have an accident and you want to hit at least an 8 on the pain scale, snapping your femur, breaking your ribs, or breaking your jaw. They rank up there, too. And look, we have a bunch of news stories about people suffering unexpected pain. Everything from bursting into flames to getting stabbed to unknowingly eating spicy food. Actually, that particular story makes me laugh. We'll share all of those coming up. But here's the thing. Assuming you have pain receptors, which you do, you've experienced pain. Hopefully, nothing above a 5, but that's unlikely the longer you live, right? Inevitably, something happened where you were in more pain than you've ever been in your life. And that's what our question is today. We simply want to know, question brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the worst pain you've ever been in?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram and Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Maybe you like cooking. Maybe you don't. Either way, the new Blue Apron is for you. Because along with our classic meal kits, we're offering new pre-made and one-pan meals to help you get dinner on the table fast. And now there's no subscription needed, so you can just order and enjoy. Do delicious food your way. Shop 100+ meals at blueapron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats! But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, Patrols, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4452. What a large and a charge program we have for you today on this beautiful Friday. Guaranteed future repeat for sure. First, Ted versus the FCC of the new year coming up.
Yeah.
Woo! See if we can get back in the win column this year.
How late were you up?
To be honest with you, I just took an old one from like 10 years ago.
Oh, you didn't stay up late working on it?
No, I just got lazy.
No, man, it's a new year.
Yeah, we turned it. Look, we're not doing these drugs anymore.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You just don't know what's in them, you know what I mean? Used to be before you just get some good clean drugs, have a good time, but anymore, got to test it and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we gave up. Doing drugs on Thursday night.
On Thursday.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just Thursday
So
night.
Friday and Saturday still play?
Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just Thursday
But
night.
we don't have to be creative. We can just do whatever we want. If we just want to bend over and keep our balance, we can do that. It doesn't really matter what we do. But today, we battle with the towns of Fig Buck and Buck Fig.
Oh, they're back.
On Ted versus the FCC. It's an oldie but a goodie. Sent from Matt in Stanwood. This one came in 2019.
Damn.
If you can believe that. So we'll see if you can get that one right today on Ted versus the FCC. On the way at 4:35. What else do we have? We will drink and toast to the weekend with a shot of the day. Then it's Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Jam on.
And it's a birthday celebration, sort of, on a Bad Choice Friday. Sort of. Both of these birthdays, in fact, are tomorrow.
Okay.
One person is alive.
Congratulations.
One person is not. So we have dead or alive.
Do we celebrate a birthday if you're dead?
I think you do.
Okay.
I think you always know when someone's birthday is, even if they're still not around anymore.
It's a heavenly birthday.
Yeah, you still celebrate.
Heavenly birthday.
It's your day to think about them and to remember what they meant to your life and everything else. So, turning 81 years old tomorrow, that would be the one and only Rod Stewart.
81. You think the song ages well with him?
He's probably still having kids.
When was the last kid he had? What, like 10 years ago, maybe?
I still want to say that guy plays pub soccer.
I think
probably
he does. Yeah.
Massive Celtic fan. And again, Mike and I saw him 2 or 3 years ago. Awesome.
Really?
So good.
Hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
Rod
And,
Stewart's amazing.
They're dancing. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Keeps him young.
Rod Stewart, Do You Think I'm Sexy? 81 years old. Now we go to the dead body. That would be David Johansen, a.k.a. Buster Poindexter.
Me mind on fire, me soul on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot.
The song's so stupid, I like it.
Yeah. I loved his whole aura.
Oh, yeah, man. Remember the video for the song when it came out?
Yeah.
I saw the video before I heard the song, right? So they said Buster Poindexter, already a stupid name. This video came on. He's got his look. He's singing the song. The video's got a certain vibe. And I thought like it was a parody song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is this like the new Weird Al Yankovic? And then realized within like 2 weeks, no, this dude is serious.
Yeah, and believe it or not, man, he got his start in a punk rock band.
Yeah.
New York Dolls, back in the day.
That is correct.
I had the album. I remember it. So, Buster Poindexter, we'll call him today. He would have been 75 years old.
When did he die?
75 years old. A couple years back.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Vote now if you follow us on X at Men's Room Live. One of those two tunes coming up right after we drink a toast with the shot of the day. And today we're going to talk about pain on a positive Friday and ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain that you've been in? Someone polled 5,000 Americans. Over half of us think we've at least experienced an 8 before.
All right.
50% of the population say, yeah, man, I've been at an 8. 17% say they've never dealt with severe pain.
Good for them.
Yeah, lucky. The poll was defining severe as a 6 out of 10 or higher. Most of the painless crowd were young people who obviously maybe haven't gone through some of these experiences. 12% said 6 is the worst they've ever felt. 8% said 7. And 25% said 8. They define 8 as very severe. Now, another 10%, they said a 9. And 24% said they made it to a 10.
Yes!
So 59% said 8 or higher. That includes 55% of men, 63% of women. There's a reason behind that.
Yeah, I
we'll
can
get
guess
to that
with that.
coming up. Almost everyone claimed to have at least an average pain tolerance. 48% said high or very high. Just 12% of us think that we have a low tolerance for pain.
Where's their scale? How they break it down? It's one thing to say it, but they have their actual medical scale.
Scovels, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, as far as breaking it down,
You never seen that little chart?
the pain scale?
No, I have. I'm just saying, but for each number, they have a particular description.
0 is no pain.
Sure.
1 is pain and very mild, barely noticeable.
What would that be, do you think? I don't know, like popping a zit?
Yeah.
Hangnail?
Yeah.
Hurt for a billionth
just
of a
something like
second.
that.
It's
Right.
annoying. Right.
Exactly. Hangnail and orange juice, that's a 3. Noticeable pain. It may distract you, but you can get used to it. That would kind of be like if your leg was just hurting for no
Or
reason.
maybe you like bite the inside of your cheek.
Yeah, something like that. 4 is moderate pain. If you are involved in an activity, you're able to ignore the pain for a while, but it's still distracting to you.
I'd say at my age, that is being awake.
5, moderately strong pain. You can't ignore it for more than a few minutes, but with effort, you can still work or do some social activities.
Like bad headache.
Yeah. Now, here's where we really get into it. 6 is moderately stronger pain. You avoid some of your normal daily activities, and you have trouble concentrating because the pain is that strong. Now, that is a 6.
At that point, things are bad.
At a 7, strong pain, it keeps you from doing any kind of normal activity.
Okay.
So, in other words, you might not be able to get down the steps. You might not be able to, drive your car, whatever it is.
Okay.
You just can't do anything. 8 is very strong pain, and you can't do anything at all.
Damn.
All right?
But it
So
gets
that's-
worse than this.
That's 8. So 9 is pain that is very hard to bear. You can't even carry on a conversation.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
And 10, obviously, the worst pain possible. So as far as medical conditions, we have a list of some of those that, if you've ever been through them before, cause incredible pain.
All right.
And we'll start with number 1. I think they gave us 11. They say, when healthcare providers ask patients to rate their pain, these conditions, whether acute or chronic, often push past the traditional 1 to 10 pain scale. Believe it or not, some people say it's an 11. They go to 11.
All right, Spinal Tap.
While some causes of severe pain can be treated or cured, other painful conditions require long-term management and sometimes specialized care. So they start with the number 1 pain as far as medical conditions. And they say kidney stones is one of those.
I've never had them. I do not want them. My brother had them last year, 2 years ago, something like that. And I asked him that because I said, man, I just heard the kidney stones are the worst. And his response was, they are.
Yeah, my brother
he was
had
like,
it
it's,
too. Yeah.
he's like, it is just the worst. And considering where the pain is, he's like, you kind of feel it in your kidney, but when you're about to expel one through your urethra, he's like, then the pain just moves to your D.
Be careful how many Tums you eat. Picture trying to shovel a pebble through a straw. They are hard stones or crystals that form in the kidneys, typically cause severe pain or spasms, just as they're trying to move down your urinary tract from the kidney to the bladder through that thin attached tube called the ureter. Kidney stone pain from trying to pass one stuck in the urinary tract can bring people to their knees, oftentimes straight to the emergency room.
But it's how they phrase that, trying to pass one. No one's trying to pass one. It's that your body says you're about to do
now,
that.
keep in mind, these are pebble size.
Yeah.
Number 2, childbirth, which can sometimes be 8 to 9 pounds. They say back labor labor is a specific type of labor pain, back labor, centered in the lower back, sometimes caused by the baby's position in the womb. For some women, intense pain in the lower back is an unforgettable aspect of childbirth. The severe pain peaks during contractions and lingers there in between, making it more difficult for the woman to push because she's in so much pain.
Well, my wife, she was smart, got an epidural, but during the first pregnancy, she wasn't sure if she wanted to do the epidural, right? And I understand that if you've never had a kid, which I have not. It's like, maybe the natural birth. So things started firing up with my daughter there. Like we're getting into the nitty gritty. And she's like, give me the effing drugs. Hey! Yeah, she's like, I'm not playing that. So when we had our second kid, I mean, she went in there knowing like, I'm absolutely getting an epidural. And I've told this before, but the difference this time was since she started with the epidural, she just could not feel herself from the waist down from beginning to end, right? So the first one, she could control her muscles a little better. Second time, the epidural's been in there the whole time. And, like, she was fine during the whole thing. She's just like, look, the nurse is saying, look, you got to start pushing because this kid's trying to get out of there. And she's like, I can't feel my body, so I don't know if I'm pushing or not. Right?
Yep.
So the nurse, and I thought this was actually a great description. She said, look, it's all muscle memory. So you don't have to feel whether or not you're pushing, but contract the same muscles you would push if you were pooping. And I'm down there looking between the legs, waiting for the kid to arrive. And all I said to my wife was, you followed directions well. The nurse slapped my shoulder. Oh, yeah. I'm like, you're doing the right thing. It's not a baby. But, yeah, you listened.
Mike, do we know where that drop is from, Mr. T? I'm trying to think.
I have no clue
We
where
know
that's
it's
from.
not, because I'm wondering who goes, yeah.
She was being interviewed.
He's doing like a puck drop.
Yeah, it was a hockey game.
A hockey game.
Is that what it is? It's not DC Cab or something weird?
No. It's literally from a sporting event, and she's interviewing him.
And she's excited to be talking to Mr. T.
Right. I think she says, like, what's your prediction for the game or whatever?
And he said, pain. And she screams, yes, because in Rocky 3, when they asked him, what's your prediction for the fight with Rocky? Yeah, he just looks at the camera and goes, pain. So she's super excited.
Like, she's the arena host. So when Mr. T yells pain like that, like, I get it. She's just like, let's go.
3 on the list of the most painful medical conditions, that would be trauma. Pain from acute physical trauma, such as a gunshot wound.
Well, yeah.
Car accident. Invasive medical procedure can trigger immediate severe pain that many would rank as the worst pain they've experienced. The intensity of pain may be influenced by factors including someone's pain threshold, their resilience, and the nature of the traumatic event.
But you don't really know your pain threshold until you're in one of these moments and you can explain to the doctor, okay, it's not as bad as I thought. Then you know you have a high pain. You don't know.
For example, there was a guy that was a servant. Was
right? How do you know if you have? You only know because something bad has happened and your response to it is not nearly as bad as anyone else's would have been. That's the only way to find out.
So I have 2 prime examples.
All right.
When I was learning to box, and my coach said, just stop eating punches. I said, I can eat them. He's like, that's not the point of boxing.
That he's right.
And then when you came over and I had fallen off that balcony and my head split open and everything else, like, you know what I mean? Like, I still didn't call an ambulance. So I feel like that's a pretty strong threshold.
I think you probably have a high pain.
Well, you do too. Your whole body's tattooed. And you don't have any pain when you get a tattoo.
No, I have a lot of pain.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, it depends where it is.
Well,
right?
because I was asking. You go, oh, it wasn't so bad because we're depending on the location on the body.
Well, to me, the answer's obvious. If it sucked that bad, you'd have half a tattoo, and that's it, right? So you can endure it. You can get through it. And at some point, just your endorphins fire. You kind of get it out of your head, and you're not going to stop them. All of that said, the tattoos that I got on my ribs, those hurt like a bitch, all right? So all the tattoos I've got, like there's this little sting, but it's just kind of a nothing burger. And so I got my ribs done. I got my right side done first. And when he's doing my ribs, I remember thinking to myself, dude, don't ever do this again. I mean, it really, really sucks. And then you kind of forget, and about 3 years later, I got the other side done, all right? And again, I'm just not thinking back to the pain. And as soon as he started, that light bulb went off, and I'm like, God damn it, that's right. I told myself, don't do this again. That really hurt. But again, if it hurt that bad, he would not have finished. So it sucked. But again, you're not in tears. Right. It's not crippling pain. It just kind of hurts a lot.
They were talking about the woman who was attacked by a shark, and I want to say that this was down in Monterey, and they were interviewing a guy who was there. He was surfing. He wasn't part of that swim group, but he was on television, and basically they asked him about the experience of being bit by a shark because he had.
Okay,
and he said, "Listen, you need to know one thing. I know for a fact that she didn't die in pain." He said, I've been bitten by a shark. And when the shark bit me, he said, I did not even really know. It just felt like someone clamped down on my forearm.
Like a lot of pressure.
Pressure. He did not realize all those teeth had gone into his forearm.
Sure.
He did not feel any pain.
Because they are sharp.
And
serrated.
Yeah. So once they clamped down, he just started punching the shark. The shark did let go. Of course, he starts bleeding like a mother.
That's the bigger issue.
After that, but he got to shore safely, and he said, I know for a fact that she was not in pain. She obviously drowned because the people saw the shark swimming with her in its mouth. But
not in pain.
But he thought, just don't worry about her being in pain. Yes, it was a traumatic experience.
Sucks, but it doesn't hurt.
That's basically what he said.
Well, there was one of those shows like I'm Lucky to Be Alive, whatever. And there's a dude who he was a safari guide in South Africa, I believe it was. Either way, he ended up inside of a hippo's mouth. Now, he was not in good shape when he was recalling this. I want to say he was missing an arm, his legs were messed up, and he may have been missing an eye. But, I mean, look, it was bad.
I mean, right, it's a hippo.
But when he described the moment, the hippo's breached. He's trying to protect the tourists. Anyway, he ends up in the hippo's mouth. And naturally, they ask, what is it like to be in a hippo's mouth? And he's like, honestly, man, it's a lot of pressure, but he never said pain. It's just a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, and it's just dark. And you're kind of pinned.
Right.
In whatever position you're in. He's like, and then for whatever reason, this hippo let me go. So there was no pain, as best he says it. But when you're looking at him, like I said, this one-armed, one-eyed man with crippled legs, I'm glad that didn't hurt because it looks like it did.
Most painful medical conditions on the list at number 4, that would be shingles, which is also known as herpes zoster. That's kind of caused the same virus as chickenpox. I'll tell you what, the shingle shot that I had, not the first one, but the second one, man.
You said that was the worst thing.
I got vaccinated for all kinds of crap before I went to Africa. Shingles had nothing to do with that, and that was probably one of the worst vaccines I've ever had. Let's see here. Trigeminal neuralgia. Chronic nerve pain.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Post-surgery pain and recovery. Back pain is number 7. Joint pain is number 8. That's basically where, with osteoarthritis, invade your hips, knees, or shoulders. Basically, it's a joint disease from loss of cartilage. So you're stiff.
Oh, yeah. Your bones are just grinding on each other at that point.
Believe it or not, cluster headaches. As far as migraines.
Yes.
Spinal migraine headaches, excruciating pain.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have? Sickle cell disease, endometriosis, bone cancer.
No gout?
There's some bad ones out there.
No, dude.
Gout is not
You're
on
a candy-ass, Ted.
Gout is not on the
I
list.
thought for sure that'd be on there.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
Yeah. I was like, I guess we're number 1.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain that you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats, but also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
You guys ever see a compound fracture before?
Unfortunately, yes.
I have as well.
Yeah, I did not expect to see it.
Is that when it bursts to the skin?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Golly, you can't believe what you're looking at.
No.
It's just like, Jesus Christ, man.
You want to look away, but you don't.
No.
It's staggering. Like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing that distracts you from looking at it are the screams of pain from the person who did it.
Buddy did it when he was probably 7 or 8 on the monkey bars. Oh. Back then, it was a concrete slab below that.
Yep.
And my first question to him is, are you okay?
You can't help it.
And he looked at his arm and he's like, no.
You can't help but ask the
wow.
question.
I just stood there. I just stood there like, wow, look at that, man. It's your bone.
Yeah. You don't know what to do.
I didn't run to go get help right away. I didn't do anything like hold tight, or anything like that. You okay, man? Like, no, I'm not. But he was kind of in shock. So he wasn't crying. He wasn't screaming. He did not seem like that he was in pain.
Maybe he has a high pain tolerance.
I think he actually was in shock when he saw that his bone was coming through his skin on his arm.
I think your body does that for you as a defense against how bad certain things are. Yeah. When I sliced my artery, I know I went into shock. I did not feel a thing. If anyone asked about it, I'm like, it's a horrible scar, lost a lot of blood. There was no pain involved. And one of the most effed up things I've seen, this was probably 30 years ago, but it was a stadium somewhere in England. And it was an old wooden stadium, right, where they did soccer. Anyway, the thing went up in flames. Somebody threw a cigarette underneath, lit it up. But this thing, it goes up in flames. It's this big tragedy. But every time they showed footage from it, usually it's people getting out of there. But there was a dude completely on fire. I mean, head to toe. And he's just walking down the stairs like you'd walk if you're holding 2 sodas. And I couldn't wrap my head around it. My parents explained, my father said he is in shock. He's like, he's also dead. But he said that the reason he's not freaking out at that point, it's like his body went into shock, and I'm just like, yay, shock, man.
Yeah. And people who do get on fire, typically they don't say too much about the pain at that time.
It's after the fact.
It is after the fact. And all the stuff that you have to go through.
Yeah.
Skin grafts and all those things. And apparently that is the worst. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
A couple of quick comments from the YouTube feed here. Let's see. Grumpy Gremlin says, I had kidney stones. They were the non-smooth kind. They were serrated edges. I couldn't walk or talk because the pain was unbearable. Doctors took images, found 4 of them. Let's see. Regarding epidurals, Savage Amy says, epidurals are the best. Best is in all capital letters. I'm pretty sure my wife agrees with that. And this guy says, I've separated my ribs, put a screwdriver through my hand, and had finish line with sand mix in my eye. Pain! Yes! Those were my top 3. Yeah, Jesus, man. Hello, Craig. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, quick caveat. I spent about 3 decades as a paramedic.
Okay.
So I got a few things. Yeah, it's weird. One of the worst things I've seen was the bones for pain. People complaining, bones rubbing together once they broke. That's incredible.
That is what I've heard.
So for myself, I've managed to get through kidney stones. I'd give that a really solid 7.
Okay.
I had shingles, 5. Not 5 of them, but I'd give that a pain level of 5.
What is it? Does it feel like just a burning on the skin? Is it an external pain or internal pain?
It was external. It had me searching the internet at night going, what the heck am I? And it was enough to get Vicodin from my doc. He goes, oh, yeah, you're going to get worse. Here, take these. Okay.
I love it when doctors tell you that.
How long do you have to deal with that?
Oh, geez. It was a week and a half.
Jesus.
Because I had to be cleared up to go back to work.
Yeah, because I cannot remember how long I had chickenpox, which is the same virus. I didn't know if the time was similar.
My father had shingles. It was about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And he was saying, he couldn't even put a sheet over, and it happened in the winter, but he couldn't even put a sheet over him because the weight of the sheet or the feel of the sheet, whatever, it hurt. And
I'm like, get a higher thread count, you know?
Maybe that's what it is. A cheap-ass sheet you bought,
Kmart
Dad.
sheets.
Come on, man. Need some Egyptian silk.
It wasn't pleasant. Gallstones were worse.
Are gallstones worse than kidney stones?
Very similar, different location.
Okay.
That was it. It was, there was 7. It was pretty bad.
Why did you get kidney stones and gallstones? Is it hereditary? Was it diet?
I think the doc said it's not. The ER doc said it was not coffee. I've heard the thing about taking Tums or whatever else. I don't know. Some people seem to get them. Some people don't. I haven't had them since. It's been 10 plus years.
All right.
I was at work and I was walking down the hallway and a buddy of mine looked at me and goes, dude, what's wrong? I said, nothing. An hour before I go home, I just want to finish up the shift and go home. He touches me a certain way on my side. I'm like, oh, geez. And he's like, you got kidney stones. Get in the rig. Like,
damn.
So he threw me in the back of the rig and took me to the hospital. That was nice of him. But, then I didn't have a ride home. So that was really convenient. But anyway, it sucked. I didn't like it. The worst for me personally, I had to have a tooth taken care of. Root canal. And that involves a lot of drilling and such.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm laying there, and let's just say the first time I had one of those, my newer dentist sent me to somebody else. I have a second one, and he's like, oh, no, I can do these now. Oh, okay, cool. I'm laying there, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm raising my hand. Hey, I'm raising my hand. Teeth pain is like nothing else. He's drilling, and it feels like there's an ice pick wiggling around in my jaw. It was...
did they not numb you up or something, or what?
Oh, they did. They did. It wore off. Because I think he just wasn't all that good at it. Because I just had to have it redone a few months ago.
Okay, then he probably was not that good at it. Yeah.
I was covered in sweat. I was just infuriated. When I was done, he disappears into his office and shuts the door. It's not that big a clinic. I walked out, and I looked at the staff, and they're like real sheepish, and I'm like, I will never be back. That was the worst experience of my life. Because when I have patients, I walk up to them, and I'm retired now. Anyway, I said, hey, okay, how's that wrist feeling? It's a 10. Yeah, it hurts really bad. Yeah. Can I talk to my girlfriend on the phone? I'm busy right now. I'm like, that is not a 10.
Damn.
It's probably a 4.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you this, man. As a paramedic for 30 years, what is the most pain you have seen someone in? Not necessarily the worst injury, but the most pain you've seen someone in.
Pain-wise, it's broken bones or burns. Old folks that fall and break a hip, it's like, oh, he only broke his hip. No, there's a pretty high degree of fatality because a lot of these people don't come out of the hospital. Bone-on-bone pain, as you were mentioning earlier, is horrifying. And sometimes you can hear it. It's called crepitus.
Yeah, you can hear them
rubbing together. Oh, it's like, ugh. So I'm a big believer and get the patient an IV. Hey, are you allergic to any medications? Okay, boom, good night.
Damn.
You may hurt, but you will not care.
That's all you look for, man.
That's what you look for, and it was, that's generally what causes the most pain. I've seen burns, I've seen things involving meat grinders and stuff. But the bone on bone, it's brutal.
Bone on bone. Real quick for you guys, I've only sunburned once in my life, but someone here says I had hell's itch from a sunburn. They gave it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
What is your worst sunburn?
I had what was it? 3rd degree?
Jesus.
Something sunburn. It was like sun poisoning.
Yeah.
And same thing. It was so bad that you couldn't itch it.
Right.
So I was like in and out of the shower all day, and then this was the next day, and then finally my mom took me to the emergency room, and they gave me like a painkiller and something to put me to sleep.
Yeah. There's nothing they can
was-
do, right?
No, and granted, I was in high school. I was swimming at a pool all day. It was like cloudy.
Sure.
But I mean, I got scorched. But
I was
you guys see me now. Like, if we do anything outside,
Oh,
I'm kind
you
of
lather up quick.
I am a psycho about
Yep,
putting on
yep.
suntan lotion.
I was about 12 years old, went down to Key West with my dad.
All right.
And I fell asleep at the pool. And the bottom of my feet got third-degree burns to the point where they were blistering and they needed to be popped.
So how do you move around? You just crawling?
I mean, for the first day, I basically did crawl around.
I was like, you can't walk on
I
your
didn't
feet at
really
that point.
leave the room.
I never had it on the bottom. I've had it on the top of my feet, and I couldn't even like wear a sock.
I mean, I remember it to this day. It's the Econo Lodge in downtown Key West. I mean, they had a swim-up pool bar, man, which I thought was great because I was swimming up there getting a Coke. This is living.
I would say echo what that guy saying, though. I was in the emergency room another time for that giant hematoma.
Yeah.
And same thing. It was so big that other doctors kept coming in and being like, I just want to see it. And then she gave me a script of 60 Percocets. And I kind of cracked a smile, and she goes, no, you're going to need these. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, you think you're in pain now. In 1 or 2 days, she's like, you're going to be in so much pain, you won't be able to take it.
Yay, thanks.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Hey! Yes! Guess who it is, Ted? James, welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you doing?
Hola!
Yeah, so I was in the hospital with severe pancreatitis and gallstones.
At the same time or two separate occasions?
At the same time.
Gee, which one hurt worse, or is it just one concentrated pain?
At that point, it was just one concentrated hurt. It was so severe they gave me my own morphine pump.
Gee, now, what did you think? Does it feel like your stomach hurts? Does it feel like your ass hurts? Is it your back? What?
No, it was my stomach area, my chest. Yeah, it was bad.
And what did you think it was, or did you just have no idea?
Well, I knew what it was because I'd had it once before when I lived in California.
And what exactly is pancreatitis? I mean, I know it's a bad thing for your pancreas, but I mean, what has gone wrong?
Your pancreas is shutting down. It's no longer producing the bile that it needs to.
And what causes that, or is it just luck of the draw?
I think in my case, it was caused from the gallstones blocking the bile duct that leads from the gallbladder to your pancreas.
So basically, you're just knocking dominoes down.
Yeah, basically.
And then how long does it take to recover from that? What do they do?
I was in there for over 2 months.
Holy S, man.
Yeah, I lost like 90 pounds.
How much did you weigh when you went in?
I went in at about 265, and I come out at less than 190.
So you come out, you got to go to the store and buy new clothes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And what do you weigh now? How much weight have you put back on?
Right now, I weigh like 210.
All right, so you get most of it off.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your new diet plan, everybody.
Yeah.
Pancreatitis.
That's it.
Now, are gallstones...
Kept it off. Like, that's not the way you want to lose weight.
Yeah, you kept it off.
It's not how you want to lose weight, but once you have lost the weight, he has maintained well since then. We're saying there's the positive from the negative, Ted.
I lose my arm from my shoulder up, right?
You've lost weight.
I have. I've probably lost about 15 pounds.
Exactly.
Now, I mean, it's inconvenient. I'm not proud of myself, but at the same point in time, you know, I'm 190 or what? I'd be 175.
Yeah.
I'd rather not go to the hospital with that pancreatitis.
I agree. Hey, look, we're looking for the positive here. All right.
All right.
The man lost weight. He has not put it all back on. Sure, he had pancreatitis and gallstones.
Took a leg off, but
Right. And the worst part of his life.
Yes,
was
all
in the
of that.
hospital
But in the end,
for 2 weeks.
he
hey,
looks
look,
great.
If you could pick one thing to happen to you, if you have to go through this,
What,
other than
were you going to lose weight?
yeah, other than a big pile of money or something like that, you know, that's not the worst side effect to have.
As far as side effects, you're right.
Yeah,
If you have
that's
to
what I'm
go
saying.
through the pain,
Like, look, if you're going to go through all this, the good news is you're going to lose 90 pounds.
you're going to look great.
You're going to look huge down there.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Laura. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches.
Boo.
So my gallbladder tried to kill me,
All right.
according to the doctor.
Did it hire a hitman or what?
Pretty much. Back when I was late 20s and stubborn and working night shifts, I thought I really had to fart. Like, really bad, couldn't fart.
So wait, were you trying to fart and you couldn't, or did you think you had to fart and you were trying to hold it?
No, I was totally trying to fart. I wanted to get rid of that pain.
Okay.
It started in my lower back, and then it just, like, radiated like the sun. That's all I wanted was relief. So I slept on it. The next day it wouldn't go away. So I, of course, took myself to the ER. And they did some blood work, and they looked at me, and they were like, this isn't good. And they put me on the Dilaudid, which is...
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that really good IV drip. And I was like, whoa, this is much better. So then when they took the scan, whatever they put through my body, there was a triangle of gallstones blocking any exit out of my gallbladder, and my gallbladder was dying.
Like literally, the gallbladder itself's dying.
It literally, there was white spots on it from it dying.
Jesus.
So, I know. And this was 2020, January, so right before COVID hit, so they were able to actually get me into the emergency room.
And what is it, a surgery and they remove the stones, or is it stones that you have to pass like kidney stones?
No, they took the gallbladder out completely.
Okay, so I guess
you're gallbladder free.
Yep.
And we asked this a couple weeks ago, and now I can't remember. What does the gallbladder do? What is its purpose in the human body?
What I know is that now when I try to eat fried foods, I really, really regret it.
I believe it secretes bile.
In what way do you regret it? Like heartburn? Do you poop yourself? What?
Oh, my stomach is in knots. I want to vomit, all sorts of things. So,
what's your favorite
what fried food are you willing to risk it for?
Deep fried pickles.
Deep fried pickles? That
Come
sucks.
on.
That sucks.
Really?
Hell no.
No, dude.
I would take deep fried mushrooms.
Mozzarella
deep
sticks.
fried, even
fried
zucchini.
chicken.
Damn,
Anything.
boys.
You're risking it for a frickle?
You might as well just have fried cauliflower.
I mean, my God.
As long as we're talking frickles, I'm guessing it's like the little coin ones, not the spears, right? Spears.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, mozzarella sticks are on there too. But if I even look at
no, don't try to earn my respect. You lost it all with the
onion rings.
Risking it for a frickle. A frickle. I thought for sure it'd be something awesome and decadent.
Are we all in agreement that is the worst fried food?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Name one more. Name a bad fried food then.
Fried mushrooms.
Oh, they're delicious.
Disagree.
I don't. Well, I'll go with Ted on that. I've never even heard of fried mushrooms, so
Really?
yeah, I'll put them there. Yeah,
Do you like mushrooms in general?
they're fine.
Okay.
I could also live without them.
If you were our friend Laura here, and they say, "Look, man,
Frickles or mushrooms? Yeah, I'm taking the Frickles.
not that. We know everyone's going to have a fried food that they're going to die on that hill, right? And I would expect it to be, and granted, I'm black, so it just comes out fried chicken. Like I said, the mozzarella sticks.
Come on,
sorry, bro.
man.
That's what I'm risking it for. I'm writing the stereotype.
Hey,
Fried
chicken wings,
chicken, rotisserie chicken.
That's not fried chicken. The fried food that I'm willing to put my life on the line for there. And they say, you get to pick one, all right? Would you go frickle?
No, I go chicken wings.
I'd probably go with you. No, you know what? I'd go egg rolls.
Ooh, that's a good call,
the
man.
problem with chicken wings, though, is I feel like I could bake them long enough to get them crispy.
You could do that.
Sorry, all right.
Would you risk it for a frickle, Ted? That's what I'm at.
I mean, I would, but I like frickles.
Laura, how often do you have a frickle? God,
I'm sorry, what?
How often do you eat the frickle?
I had one for my birthday.
Do you just eat one, or do you eat the whole basket?
I ate a handful. If I don't eat too much, it's okay.
How many?
But I can't eat fried chicken or deep fried fish. Oh.
Okay, so like Ted said, you're eating like the chip version of the frickle, right? So how many frickles, assuming they're the chip ones, could you eat before you know you should stop?
Probably about 5.
Okay. I call you 5 frickle
I'm
Laura.
never going to have to worry about this issue because I'm never going to eat frickles.
No.
By the way, the Beach Tavern, Mike, down in Tacoma. Some of the best fried mushrooms you will ever eat in your life.
Oh, that I won't eat in
if
my
you
life.
pop in there, go and try them.
No, but just
you've
the
got
way,
me jaded
the
now,
way
Miles.
you feel about the fried pickle, I think it's just the way we feel about the fried
But
mushroom.
he's never had one.
Look, man, it's not that. Obviously, I don't like fried pickles. I don't like pickles. I'm just saying, in her case, with all of the delicious fried foods out
Fried
there, and you
shrimp.
say, which one are you going to risk it for? I just did not think a frickle.
You just came at it with such disgust, man. Like, I get it. It wouldn't be at the top of my list
It was
either.
a true reaction. That's all. Laura, I apologize. Yes, I was very abrupt, but that was my honest response. All the fried food out there.
You were almost insulted that it was a fried pickle.
I am insulted. It's a frickle.
I mean, I think in the end it would be fried seafood I'd miss the most.
See, I could live. You said, dude, I mean, fried shrimp. I go, fine.
I eat
He
fried
didn't
shrimp
die
once a
on a
week.
frickle. He died eating shrimp.
I'm having fried shrimp tomorrow.
See?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. We've done your homework.
I'm done with subscriptions. Streaming, fitness, razors, vitamins. I've got subscriptions for everything in my life. They lock you in, and half the time, I can't figure out how to unsubscribe. That's why I'm so excited about the new Blue Apron. Now you can get delicious meals delivered with no subscription needed, including new pre-made options. Keep the flavor, ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
By the way, if our friend Laura is still listening, she's one who willingly might die by eating her frickles. According to the listeners, if you need some frickles, apparently Bayside Cafe in Everett has the best frickles out there. All right, Laura, so there you go. Bayside Cafe in Everett. Eat your frickles.
But it's halfway between people liking them and people hating them.
Well, no, I'm assuming this is from somebody who likes them. Yeah, other people, they're a little back and forth on that. But if you need a frickle, apparently Bayside Cafe. Talking about the worst pain you've had, someone here says, I had the pleasure of having kidney stones that were so painful that the stress caused me to get shingles at the same time. The worst pain I've ever experienced.
Wow.
Damn, man. Swinging for the fences. Hello, David. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
All right, so I have fibromyalgia, and I'm going to describe to you a pain bomb. But first, I'd like to say that I would take any pain bomb over eating a frickle.
Aha!
That is nasty.
You're nasty.
With
Good comeback, Ted. I like that.
Oh, you burned him. Oh.
You're nasty, dude.
You're nasty. What exactly? Look, we've all heard of fibromyalgia, but since I don't have it, what exactly is it?
All right, so I think it's pronounced right, osteopathic pain disorder. It's a central nervous system thing. They don't know how it starts. They don't know how it works. They don't know how to stop it. They don't have any treatments for it. Basically, and it's time in the circle. It's called like the disorder with 2,000 symptoms. A lot of the pain that we get, it's not so bad I can't describe this because I don't have the words for it. Because it's not pain you can. Sometimes you wouldn't imagine that would be a pain.
Does it feel like it from the inside or from the outside or both?
It's everywhere, everything. Okay. I mean, there's no bounds. I've had pain in literally every part of my body.
So what do they give you, just painkillers? Is that the best they can do?
No, I actually grow my own medication.
I gotcha.
Nice.
Oh, really?
He is a meth lab.
Wow. Opiates,
I
huh?
tried their little chemicals and stuff, and they don't work. And which is pretty much what it is for most of us, because like I said, they try nerve blockers, they try antidepressants and stuff, and that doesn't work. And I don't need all those things, so I just grow my medication.
Okay. And how long have you been dealing with this?
Since December 17th, 2022.
Okay.
When I fell down my front stairs.
And they don't know what brings it on. They don't know what causes it. They don't know where it goes, and they don't know why it happens.
They know mine was brought on by a trauma. Why I would get this? When I fell down the stairs, I broke my back, my sacrum, and my back.
Damn.
And so that was the trauma that happened. But why? There's no signs in the body. They can't test for it. You know, I mean, they can't even prove that you have, like for disability, you can't even get a disability because there's no tests that show you have it.
Jesus Christ.
It's always something.
Yeah, leave that to that. That's an insurance
It's
company
always
thing.
something.
Yeah.
Always something.
Well, we can't prove that you have because there's no test for it.
Trust me, man. I'm supposed to have a surgery coming up, and they denied about half of it.
Why did they deny? Do they? I know they just say deny. Do they explain what the reasoning is?
You know,
for
the
why
problem
they
is
won't cover it?
it's almost like going through a contract.
All right.
So the legalese behind it's like you could make this such an easier statement, but you're going down. It's like the person that tells the long story short story.
Yeah, right.
So it's all this crap, and you never can really figure out, and a lot of medical terms are involved as well. So it's kind of a tough read, to be honest with you. I don't understand the differences in the different parts of the surgery as far as what is accepted and what is not.
Right.
Because I don't know the process behind it.
I do have the luxury of, we have a very good doctor friend, and on occasion, probably once or twice a year, particularly with stuff with the kids, because to your point, we'll read something, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, right? And so we will call her and say, hey, can you just tell us what this means? And basically, they'll be like, yeah, she had a headache. I'm like, why don't they just say that?
Exactly.
But yeah, you're right. It's all that weird medical-ese, as it were.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the men's room.
Dale. Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
So mine started out as a 1, went to a 5, and then skyrocketed to a 10. So I was on my way back to my work terminal in my work truck. Actually, backstory, I was going through a pretty horrible breakup, and to the point where I was at my peak. I was 2 packs of smokes a day. I wasn't really eating anything but fast food real quick, little water, mostly popping alcohol. I was in a bad way. So I was driving back to work, and I was passing through a little town called Elma on my way back to Tumwater, which is basically Olympia. And I started feeling like a chest pain. I didn't think much of it because, it was just kind of an annoyance. But from Elma to Tumwater, that grew into like something's going on. Yeah, it's really hurting. And then I was doing my paperwork, and it just kept getting worse. And I told my coworker, I'm like, hey, I'm leaving a little bit early. I need to go to urgent care. Something's up. And man just said, yeah, go be better. And on my way from my work to urgent care, it's about a 15-minute drive. And by the time I was pulling into urgent care, I was fading in and out of consciousness and actually hopped the curb parking because I lost it. And I go stumbling into the urgent care. They see me. I'm just grabbing my chest and sweating profusely. And they just throw me in a chair, rush me back. And they're looking at me and they're like, hey, we're taking you to St. Pete's Hospital, which is the one in Lacey. And my mother showed up. So I called her and I was like, something's wrong. And so she was there. And I was like, hey, I can't afford the ambulance ride. Like, it's like 3 miles down the road. My mom will take me. And the doctor looked at me and was like, you ain't going to make it to the hospital, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get into the ambulance, and we're about half mile out, and I lose consciousness. I'm out. And I come to in the emergency room to people, like, hooking me up like I was some kind of science experiment. The first thing the doctor said, or one of the doctors said to me is, hey, I need to know right now, if you go unconscious, do you want us to revive you? I didn't know my mother was in there at the time, and I told them no, which my mom screamed at me for that. I didn't know she was there. But
well, why did you say no? Because I'd be like, yeah, bro, definitely do that. Why
going through this horrible breakup?
Is that what it is? Just all the crap going on in your life?
I was extreme stress, and the pain was Oh, it hurt so bad that I felt like that was my only way out of the pain.
I got you.
Like I couldn't put myself in any type of position, like nothing. It was just internal. It felt like someone was just straight up stabbing me in the heart repeatedly. And the doctors kept telling me they think it's a AAA, and I got up enough nerve to ask them, like, what is a AAA? And the doctor was like, we think you tore your heart open.
Jesus.
We're like, oh, okay. And so they started running tests on me. They put me immediately on Oxycontin, fentanyl, and Dilaudid, and start wheeling me to all these different rooms, doing, like, knocking me out, doing tests, put a camera through my wrist, through my artery up to my heart. They said that everything looked okay. The heart was strong. It just wasn't pumping blood like it should.
I'd say it's kind of like the one job we needed to do.
Yeah. And so the doctor finally asked, like, is there something going on in your life right now where you're stressed? And I told him everything. And he's like, yeah, your body is basically telling itself to shut down. And long story short, I had a heart attack, but that's not what brought it on. It was a chain reaction that we still don't know. This is still ongoing. I don't know what's going on still. I had an endoscopy where they put a camera down your throat because they think something in my stomach or my intestines went off. And then that caused a chain reaction because my body was already weak, which made the cartilage in between my ribs start to inflame, which started pushing my ribs apart and also pushing it into my lungs and my heart.
Jesus,
and
dude.
So when that happened, my heart just went, I think it was like 240 something over 100 and something was my blood pressure. And so finally they were able to stabilize me. They kept running tests. I was in the hospital for about a week. Couldn't find out what was going on. The endoscopy through my down my throat into my stomach showed everything was okay. So they're thinking it's something in my intestines. And then I switched jobs, so I lost health insurance. So they weren't able to go the other way and figure out what's in the intestine that might be causing this. And 2 days ago was the year anniversary of when I was taken to the hospital. And coincidentally, I had severe chest pain yet again, but this time I had some Oxy and some lidocaine patches that I threw on. And I told my daughter, because she found me on the floor in my room, like wheezing, trying to breathe. And she helped me out a lot, actually. I don't know what I would have done if she didn't find me.
Did you go back to the hospital?
No, I didn't this time because I told her, give it a half hour. I just, took this pill, took these patches. And it eventually subsided enough to where I could function. And then eventually, because I was having trouble breathing, I just wore myself out and I just passed out and slept and woke up the next morning with a sore chest.
You still have no idea what's going on?
Nope.
That's why.
I'm going to the doctor in, I think, 2 weeks, and we're going to try more options. Maybe now I can unfortunately get that colonoscopy, and maybe they'll find, they think that it might have been like an ulcer in my intestine or something like that, which I didn't know you can even get ulcers in there.
I guess you can get ulcers pretty much anywhere. It seems to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said if that's the case, then they're going to have to cut me open and take out that part of my intestine, because apparently we have a ton of intestine we can use.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah,
were you
I would say,
were you awake when they snaked your esophagus?
No,
Okay.
No, they knocked me out.
Because I gotta get this done again on Monday. I've had it done twice. I got for acid reflux and all this crap.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. They got a TV screen in front of you. You stand up, they snake this thing down your throat, and you're watching this thing go down, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, that's my throat, man.
Yeah, because you can see all the crap in there, man.
How do you breathe?
Very carefully. Yeah, it's not comfortable.
You might.
When I come in Monday, I'm going to be like, I don't feel good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If I had to have that done, I'd be like, you got to put me out.
Do you have an option, or did they just tell you, like...
No, I just tell you, stand up, bend your head back, and here we go.
You got to stand up when they do it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Well,
yeah.
but it's cool because you get to watch TV. You're like, look at that, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
You're kind of like one of those gooses that turns into foie gras.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just put the tube down your throat. Maybe they're actually fattening them up. They're like, there's no medical procedure happening.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
You're going to find out your doctors are cannibals, and they're like, we're going to kill and eat this son of a bitch.
It's kind of great. You ever seen those videos?
No.
Oh, it's disturbing.
I would think so.
It's
I know the
how much
process.
the goose will run over and be like, ooh.
Or what do they put it? Just something their goose is like, I like
guess.
this.
Yeah, and same thing. They just shove it down there and start feeding it. But, yeah.
It's going to be miles. Mm-hmm. You'll be dining on your liver soon.
Right. That's right.
Have a little Montgomery foie gras.
I'd try it.
You know what? I would, too.
I'd eat that over a frickle.
Damn right I would.
I'd eat mine with a frickle. Out of spite.
Hello, Raymond. Welcome to the men's room.
Serve him at a funeral.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Ooh, this is so good. Salty.
Yingling and Scrapple.
Wow, Yingling.
Yingling, Scrapple. All right.
That'll get the
PA.
ladies.
Where are you from, Philly?
So you know where I'm from?
Yeah.
Yep, Philly.
That explains it.
Hey, just real quick. Are you from Philly or are you from Jersey?
I am from Philadelphia, Northeast, from the Northeast Hospital, the same hospital that Bill Cosby was born in.
Hey, that's something to brag
Something to
about.
hang your hat on right
drinking
there,
with
yeah.
you.
I know. Unfortunately.
I'm going to put the coaster over top of the beer. Just like I went out.
You better.
Like I went out to smoke.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is kind of in two parts. So I had an infection. I fought for 18 months, and we thought it was healed up. It didn't. I broke my foot. It was an abscess, and it abscessed, put me into sepsis. I went into the hospital, 14 days of antibiotics, PICC line in, which is straight through my upper arm and straight into my heart. So they had to amputate my right leg below the knee.
How much weight did you lose?
14.5 pounds.
All right,
there you go.
I told you,
weight
Ted,
loss.
There's benefits to this.
Yeah.
Yep.
In 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
Well, that seems safe.
I don't care what diet you're on.
You didn't have to
Beat
exercise or
that.
nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. So, anyway, I'm in the hospital. They put a blocker in before the surgery, which is a nerve block, and it lasts about 24 to 36 hours. So about 24 or so hours later, I was starting to feel the pain. I told the doctor, hey, I'm going to start pain medication here because my block's wearing off. And he said, okay. So he gave me tablet Dilaudid, which didn't really work. So they
Dilaudid didn't work? Damn.
Dilaudid, tablet Dilaudid.
Ah, okay.
In a pill form.
I got you.
So I took that. About 4 hours later, of course, I can't give you any more, but 4 hours later, I said, Doc, this ain't working. So since I had a PICC line in, they went straight to intravenous. Oh, yes, brother. So the first time they did it, second time they did it, of course, with a PICC line, you feel it right immediately. There is no hesitation whatsoever. Well, about 2 days into this, nurse came in. She was just ready to administer the Dilaudid. She had to leave for some reason, brought in another nurse, and this is where something went funky. The nurse pushed the Dilaudid in, but it didn't go in my PICC line. It ran down my arm like water. And it didn't go in. I told her, hey, this didn't go in because you feel it right away. You know that it went in. And I said, this didn't go in. She goes, well, I can't give you another shot. And I said, well, you better get the frickin' doctor up here now. And the doctor said, I can't trust it to give you another shot. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, either the nurse took my Dilaudid and stole it, or she just really screwed up and it ran down my arm. Now, my girlfriend was there at the time. She knew that. And I said, well, go check out the paper towels that she threw away in the bathroom. She had to dry off my arm. Well, about a half an hour later, of course, when the previous meds wore off, doctor said he couldn't do anything for me for 4 hours. I was literally had an amputation like 2 days in, lower right leg for 4 hours, and I had to frickin' bite down on a leather strap because there was no damn way I could stand that pain. There was nothing I could do about it.
Do you have ghost pain now at all?
I have phantom pain. That was the second part of this. I have phantom pain. Now, you've had a sprained ankle, right?
Oh, sure. 7 times.
Do you know what it feels like when you stand on a sprained ankle?
The worst.
Now imagine standing on a sprained ankle with no foot there.
Say, how annoying is that for your body to tell you that you're doing the equivalent of standing on a sprained ankle and you're trying to communicate to your body, brother, I don't have an ankle. This is an impossible pain.
I was in the kitchen for 5 minutes and I was leaning against the counter. My girlfriend walks in and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I can't walk right now." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I have a sprained ankle on my right leg." And she goes, "You can't have a sprained ankle on your right leg. It's titanium."
You got to wonder,
It's not there.
as much as, your brain tries to help you in traumatic experiences and all that, why does it mess with you that way?
Yeah, do they have any explanation?
I do not know.
The only thing I can figure
And
is maybe
it's
the brain doesn't know it's not there, so it still sends the pain signal.
And it's random. It is random. There is axe chops to my foot, crushing my toes. The same infection that started this out was at the bottom of my foot, and I feel the same thing. I feel old pains like a sprained ankle. But there is one cure, but I can't really take it all the time.
Which is?
And that is cream cheese.
Cream cheese?
Say what now?
You mean, is this a Philly thing?
Yeah, back to Philly.
It is. No, it is a strain. It is Afghani strain.
Okay.
Of marijuana, and it is specifically targets phantom pain, but I can't be high all day, so it only helps on the weekend.
I got you.
I thought you hit the jackpot there. If somebody was like, "You got to eat cream cheese to
I
get
know.
rid of
I
your
was
pain,"
like, that's
give me
weird. Give me
an
everything bagel and toast that thing.
Jalapeno poppers.
So would you recommend that if I walked into the dispensary close to my house, I should get some cream cheese?
It is hard to find, but yes, I would look it up to see if there's a dispensary that has cream cheese. It's an Afghani skunk mix, and it will take away pain. It is. You look up the Leafly. Look up the definition of it, and it will tell you it specifically takes away phantom pain.
Do they have any that's just CBD and not psychoactive that you could take during the week?
I've tried it all, man.
All right.
I believe that. The weird thing about phantom pain to me, it's the way the pain registers in your body. Typically, like somebody smashes your hand with a hammer. Your hand has to let the brain know, I've just been struck with a hammer. Then your brain kind of analyzes the impact and sends a message to your hand that says, hey, by the way, you're in pain now. Like your brain does not create the pain. Something creates the pain. That part of your body tells the brain this thing happened. The brain basically collates the information and says, yes, that hurts like a bitch, right? So the thing with phantom pain, which is crazy, there's nothing there
to send that message.
To tell the brain, hey, we have a sprained ankle because there's no ankle to send the message. It's weird to me.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain that you've ever been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Coming up, we'll drink and toast the weekend with a shot of the day that is Bad Choice Fan Attack.
You know
Birthday celebration on a Bad Choice Friday. Tomorrow, Rod Stewart turns 81 years old. You know he got laid after he did this one.
He got laid after everything. He got laid because he walked on stage.
Yeah.
You wanted to have sex with him, didn't you?
The man is sexual.
He's that guy, man.
The way he just moved his body.
That's what I'm saying. This dude's been getting laid as much as he freaking wants. Is he still married to... No, he can't be. Was it Rachel Hunter?
No.
Yeah, she was like a supermodel back in the day.
Dude, he's got like 12 kids. I mean, he probably has like 8.
Right.
Well, but I'm telling you, he's been married many times. So Rod Stewart's still alive, turning 81 years old. A man that's passed on, David Johansen, a.k.a. Buster Poindexter, would have been 75.
Me mind on fire, me soul on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot.
Will it be hot, hot, hot from Buster Poindexter or Rod Stewart? Do you think I'm sexy? Vote now. If you follow us on X, add Men's Room Live. One of those two tunes coming up right after we drink and toast with the shot of the day.
He was thinking about his soup.
Hot, hot, hot. Very rarely is it that hot. Our question on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
All right, you're right. He was married to Elena Stewart. Then he was married to Rachel Hunter from 1990 to 2006.
All right, he had a good run.
Now he's married to Penny Lancaster.
Oh, yeah. Why do I know her? I feel like I knew who she was before I hang out.
How many kids does this say?
I don't blame him, but he definitely has a type.
Jesus Christ, dude. They're Stepford wives.
I mean, good on him.
He definitively has a type.
Everyone has a type.
Don't try to justify, man. I knew you.
I can't bust his.
I knew you would be agreeable with that.
Yeah. I mean, but everybody does.
Yeah.
I mean, Ted's got a type.
Yeah, mine has a vagina.
I mean, look, I have a type, but I've dated.
You've
other
dated.
women.
Yes, you
different
have.
women.
You can always look, man.
Actually, I think you and Rod Stewart might kind of have the same type.
If they're out of everything bagels, you just get a different kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you're willing to wait.
You still want a bagel.
Well, in your case, they say, "Hey, look, it's going to be a minute." You say, "Hey, I'll wait."
Yeah.
Sir, we could offer you. No. I know why I'm here.
Yeah.
You're brand loyal.
I still like, that one day he gave me a ride home, right? So I had met Miles' girlfriend at the time, right, who would go on to end up being your wife, but he went to pick up his kids, and there's his first wife. He gets in the car and he goes, not a word. I said, what? I know. Let's just say,
I know.
Damn. Like, Joe, that is real close.
That's weird.
I don't know that I ever said it was weird, but it was pretty close.
You never traded in the car for the same car? Just a newer model?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I have. I have dated a blonde with the same exact name.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that would bother me too much.
Oh, it was easy.
Well, you don't have to forget anything.
Correct.
Now you would have avoided another problem.
Exactly. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, just keep the name.
Yeah,
Still a terrible night. Still a terrible night.
See, your night could have been so much better.
Yeah, you should just have the same name.
That wasn't a night. That was a month, dude.
Wasn't that long?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the side eye, the whole deal. Just masturbating alone.
Hear me snoring next door.
Who you picturing, me or her?
Well, I blew that.
Yeah. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola,
Hola.
Okay, I got 3 of the absolute worst pains I have ever been through.
All right.
Rating an 8 would be recovering from open heart surgery.
That's fair.
That's fair.
There is nothing worse than coughing or when it comes that dreaded first sneeze.
Did they have to break your chest plate to do that?
Oh, yeah, they bust your chest plate, got the zipper scar down the chest about 8 inches long and open you up, and they did a quadruple bypass for me. Got everything working, put you back together, and send you, to recovery and then home.
How long ago was this?
Pardon? This was in April of this year.
Oh, wow. Jesus, man.
Last year. My daughter's open heart surgery, one side of her chest plate is a little bit higher than the other.
Right.
Because of it, just the way it settled back down.
Her boyfriend's into something.
Yeah, like, look at that thing.
I'm fortunate I didn't have any of those issues, but I passed out a week later at home, hit the toilet, another 3 days in the hospital for blood clots in the legs and in the lungs. They get that taken care of, and 7 days after that, 14 days after the surgery, I have the old dreaded gallbladder attack.
Of course.
And 10 days in the hospital, antibiotics, send me home with a drain bag out the body for 6 weeks, and then get it taken care of. All's good. But it's that first sneeze that you just dread. because it hurts every bone in your chest, your ribs, your back. It's just unbelievable. And that's not the worst thing I've ever had. I would say that a 9 out of 10 would be hemorrhoid surgery.
Oh, I'm right there with you, dude. That's my number one. I will put that at an 8 or a 9 in a heartbeat. I've never cried as a man from pain before. I have cried as a teen from pain.
Sure.
When I broke my ankle. But I've never cried as an adult. I didn't even think that was something that was possible through pain. Obviously, emotionally, sure.
Yeah.
Not through physical pain. I mean, I would sit in a bathtub of Epsom salts crying at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That is such a sad image.
It was. And then you can't go back to bed. Your ass is on fire. I mean, it's just absolutely excruciating. And the thing is, man, when I try to tell people, I've had a couple of people ask me about it because they need to get it done. I'm like, dude, I just got to tell you, it is the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. I'm not going to cut corners on this. It sucks.
But it's a quality of life issue, and once you get it corrected, life is so much better.
Right, but it's still a month healing. Easy.
Oh, yeah, the sitting on the couches, you can't get comfortable. And every little twinge, every little nerve in your backside just hurts. And they left a what do you call them, the pain pack up inside. So basically 2 days later, you should be able to pass it so you can, kind of keep the pain level down the first few days. And, of course, they give you like 75 oxycodone to take, and we all know what that does to the old...
Yeah, back you up. You need to use the bathroom.
Isn't there some irony to that? Like, hey, man, you had hemorrhoids, so to fight the unbearable pain, here's some oxys. Now, you should also know you're not going to be constipated, so you're going to put just as much pressure on this thing.
And when you do, and even if you didn't take them, and you still need to pass a stool.
Yeah.
So, and that's going through the surgical area.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly,
it's even painful to successfully use the bathroom.
Right, and but when that first one came, when that pain blocker came out, man, it felt like a Mack truck driving out, and just the relief afterward was phenomenal because a week's full of food coming out, all at one time. I mean, it's not a pretty sight, but boy, it sure does feel better afterward. But once you heal, it was great.
Well, back to the losing weight conversation we were having. The pain was so bad that I actually pretty well stopped eating. I would eat just a small portion of food because the last thing I wanted to do was go to the bathroom.
What if you have
the pain was that bad that I didn't eat?
No, I mean, I don't know.
And I was hungry.
But like I said, obviously being constipated with recently stitched up hemorrhoids, I think we can all piece together why that's bad. But would it be better? Did it hurt as much? Like, say, in my case, if I ate kale and drank whole milk, like, it is not going to be solid stool. Would that be better? Like if you had diarrhea,
you're still passing the area.
It doesn't matter. Something's still coming out the exit. It hurts like hell.
And not only that, but like I love spicy food. So, but your butt with
so you get a screaming coming out.
You cannot believe that pain because you have open wound down there, man, and
you just salted the wound with cayenne.
Yeah, right. Like just put straight black pepper in your eye. I mean, seriously, pepper, anything. It's just like I was eating bland-ass food.
I would boil chicken.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Micholas.
Hola.
Hey, man, this one's right up Ted's alley. I've had gout for about 10 years.
There you go, Ted.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yes.
Now,
it's bad.
Does it hit in different areas or does it hit in the same spot?
In me, I've had it in both of my feet. I've had it like in my toes. I've had it in my ankles. I've had it on the tops of my feet.
But it's always
top of the foot is awful.
Do people get gout? Because you've mentioned, Ted, your feet, but do people that have gout, is it always the feet or does it hit people?
No,
it
seems like it's usually lower extremities.
Okay.
But
I've gotten it once in the elbow, once in the knee. My mom had it in her elbows and wrists.
Yeah.
So it's partially hereditary.
Do you take allopurinol yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got on that a few years back. That and this colchicine to begin with, and then allopurinol, and that's made a huge difference. But,
So since you started taking that medication, have you had a flare-up?
Oh, yeah. I still have small flare-ups. In fact, I had one just a couple days ago. It took a couple days to kind of get over. It was just a little limp, but before I was on the allopurinol, the daily medication, it would be so bad. Ted can tell you. Like, you can lay in bed.
Oh, Ted tells us.
He doesn't have to say a word. We can tell when he walks in. You look like you're walking on glass, or you're walking on a pond that's frozen.
Yeah, we know.
And it might break out from under you.
Oh, it is so awful.
I used to get it so bad that I couldn't put a sock on. I couldn't put weight on my foot. I'd be bedridden for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And like a breeze would touch it. And my coworker asked me what it felt like. And I told her, like, imagine someone takes your foot and puts it like in a table vise and squeezes it, and then sets your foot on fire and beats it with a hammer all at the same time.
I mean, I was at a bar once talking about it with a buddy, and a woman said, I have had a kid. I thought gout was worse.
Jesus, man.
I heard that too. I read a testimonial about it when I first found out that I had it. And there was this guy that was in the military. He was in the Middle East, and he said that he had been shot out of a helicopter and fell 3 stories to the ground. And the gout still hurt worse than that.
I mean, damn. Right?
Like,
Damn.
This.
You got shot out of a helicopter, fell 30 feet to the ground.
I'm taking the gout.
And you'd rather do that again. So, but what exactly is it, though? Is it...
your body can't process purines, which it comes from rich food, steak, alcohol,
seafood,
all the things that Ted likes.
Yeah, red meat, shellfish,
and I like my red meat. I like my beer, but so your body can't process it, and it creates uric acid. The uric acid will settle into joints.
Okay,
and then it crystallizes into like glass shards.
Oh,
it's like
cool!
Concrete glass shards in your joints. So if you touch it, you try to move it, any pressure on it, and just, like I said, I would literally sweat and cry and shake at the worst.
I know, and the sweating part is awful, too.
But just because you're just sweating?
Yeah, like if I had it and I still came into work, like just, right, you're talking about how gingerly I'd have to walk, but then I'd just be sitting here, feel like I'm drenched in sweat.
God.
And then sometimes, like, right, if you stand just still, it wouldn't hurt as much, but as soon as you go to move anything, and the first time I had it, I went to the doctor, and he was like, my dad would happen to be in town. He was like, you have the gout. And I was like, I don't have the gout. Went to the doctor. Doctor's like, I don't know what it is, blah, blah, blah. And then we were going somewhere for dinner, and like we walked in, and the bartender's like, gout, huh? And
he looked at you and
I could tell. Like if somebody walks in or walks down the street with a certain limp, I can be like, that guy's got gout right now.
So it's like a weird club that you never wanted to be a part of.
Correct. And then, look, we all do it, right? If you have to take a daily medicine, like you try to fight it, and they're like, you could do this, you could do that. But after you get it enough times, like that guy, it's like, just, all right, I'll take the pill every day.
I didn't realize that it crystallized. I'd always heard uric acid and all that. So in my mind, it's just still in liquid form. I did not realize it just crystallized into shards.
Yeah, like
that explains it.
Right, like my one cousin, right? Like last year, his pancreas basically almost blew up. It didn't. It's regenerating now. But he was in the hospital for so many days, he couldn't have his medicine. So when I saw him, he had almost died. But he was more like, I'm in so much pain because I couldn't take my allopurinol.
Oh, he got freaking gout while he's in the hospital.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst pain you've been in? 206-803-ROCK.
Here at Blue Apron, we know exactly how hectic school nights can be. That's why we created Assemble and Bake. Delicious one-pan meals that make family dinner simple. Just assemble the pre-chopped ingredients and put the pan in the oven to bake. Then you're free to help out with that last-minute diorama. Shop Assemble and Bake at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BlueApron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Happy New Year, bitches.
Happy New Year, brother.
I'm curious to know, after 18 years, how you fellas feel about, Harbaugh being gone, your coach.
You know, man, it's one of those things that a lot of people have asked me, and it's just as simple as this. I think he's a good coach, but at some point you kind of run your course at an organization. That's what I honestly believe. Sometimes there just needs to be a new message, a new way to do things. I was explaining this to my kid. Keep in mind, my son is 13, so he had no knowledge of this. I brought up Andy Reid, and he's like, oh, he's a great coach. I go, right. He did 14 years in Philadelphia, right? And he was not a bad coach. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost. They went to 4 NFC championship games, so it wasn't a question of whether or not he was a good coach, but at some point, you move on, and then he goes to Kansas City and does what he does. My bigger concern, I'm not worried about Harbaugh. I think he'll be fine. Who the hell are we going to bring in? And it's just one of these stopgap coaches. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
I would also like to say, again, public service announcement, not just the listeners, but some people we work with. Like, I am not a Ravens fan. Well, you guys aren't on X anymore, so people keep blowing me up, and I'm like, I don't care.
Well, sorry, man.
Yeah. Somebody hit me up on Instagram. Sorry, bro. About what? The Hawks are looking good.
We got Mike McDonald for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Things are great.
Like, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. We're not, but he is. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. We'll just see what the new coach does. I hope they go with someone defensive-minded, only because I do believe defenses win championships. I do not believe they will, because Lamar's bending everyone's ear, and obviously he wants.
But if you're a Seahawks fan, you've seen it. Pete Carroll took you to 2 Super Bowls.
And keep in mind, how bad was he when he went to New England?
Still ran they still ran him out.
He run the course, right? Yeah. That's all.
You're already talking to Kubiak.
Everyone's talking to Kubiak.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's talking to Kubiak. Understand that you are not going to have him next year. Understand that.
So you guys could have had McDonald.
I know.
We freaking had him.
You don't have to put salt in the wound.
We already had him. We let him go for nothing.
Yeah.
For free.
We were trying not to talk about
like this radio show. Free. Here, take it.
Wow, you got to be that guy.
The difference is he's good. We're not.
Yeah, I know. He's qualified for his job.
Exactly.
He turned those Hawks around.
I know.
So what about the pain? Since you brought it to us.
Pain!
I wish I had a Mike McDonald walk in here with a tray of freckles for you two.
Yeah.
I'd slap him out of his hand.
I go,
get those out of my face. Michael McDonald.
All right, so what about your pain?
Pain. So I've had a lot of pain. I've had some of that bone on bone. I've had body parts crushed. I've had, I've had some pain. Broken ribs, separated sternum. But the worst was getting my finger cut off.
Okay, Jesus, man.
do you have phantom finger pain?
Well, when it happened, I was in the hospital getting stitched up, closed up, and whatnot, and I looking at the doctor, and I said, I'll go to work tomorrow. I was kind of asking him, it's just a finger. Can I, what do you think about, tomorrow going back to work or the next day? So there wasn't many stitches in there either, really. It's just a finger. And then he kind of chuckled, and that's when he kind of gave me an anatomy lesson and explained to me that pain was basically about nerves and, severing of nerves, and that your fingertips was, one of the top nerve ending spots on your whole body besides, like your reproductive organs.
Sure.
And he said, he chuckled. He said, you're going to wake up in some of the worst pain you've ever felt. And then
I'm glad he chuckled when he said that.
Next morning,
you're going to be in pain.
I ate pain pills the next morning and started crying like Miles said on his pain, and called the emergency room, and they let me come in and gave me a shot to the butt, So that first morning
how did you lose your digit?
I stuck it where it didn't belong.
Okay, well that can be a lot of places.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah.
Right. Now we were messing with a jack system that wasn't lining up to pin a jack onto a trailer system.
Oh.
And so I had put my finger in the hole to find out where we needed to take some new metal out to route it out. And the guy that was holding the jack let it go, and it guillotined the finger off.
Was it your index finger?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, because if I'm going to check a hole
on the index,
if I'm going to check any hole,
it's
always going to be with my index finger.
Yeah.
Why, we should stop doing that.
It didn't hurt when it really happened. It was the next day that the pain was, and then your whole hand swells up. I didn't go back to work for a month and a half.
How do you pick your nose?
I go with the other hand. I got a right hand.
See, but that's weird.
I would keep my dominant hand.
I lost my pinky finger too. That's more
So you got hold on. You got two fingers on one hand?
Nah, they're separate hands. The
Oh.
pinky was on one hand, the index finger was on the other hand.
How'd you lose the pinky?
It got stripped, and then they had to cut the bone off.
What?
It stripped it, and then so they just amputated the rest of it and sewed it up.
Why didn't you bring that up as far as the pain?
It didn't hurt as bad as the actual amputation one.
Okay, all right. That's why I wondered.
I don't know.
So your finger was crushed so much that there was no chance that they could reconnect it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus, man. Whew. Has anything bad not happened to him based on everything he ran through?
I don't got a pinky. I got an index finger.
Like I put my finger where it doesn't belong. Like, yeah, it could be a lot of things. Sometimes you get slapped in the face for that.
She was married.
Yeah.
Still to come, the return of Ted versus the FCC, and we've got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Here at Blue Apron, we know exactly how hectic school nights can be. That's why we created Assemble and Bake. Delicious one-pan meals that make family dinner simple. Just assemble the pre-chopped ingredients and put the pan in the oven to bake. Then you're free to help out with that last-minute diorama. Shop Assemble and Bake at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BlueApron.com/terms for more.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up in just minutes here, Ted versus the FCC, the first one for the new year, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com. And a couple from our question dealing with pain today. Guys, blew out my back brushing my teeth. Couldn't walk for 3 days.
How do you brush your teeth, brother?
That's crazy. It must be bent over the sink, maybe?
I
and
guess.
a little lower back?
Maybe his teeth aren't in his mouth.
I will say, I was telling a story earlier about my buddy DB calling, right? He's 45, playing hoops. And he's telling me the story about playing great, this and that. He goes, there's one bad thing. I said, what happened? He goes, I kind of hurt my shoulder. I go, how'd you hurt your shoulder? He was like, cleaning my shoe.
Oh, that's what just brushing off the bottom of his shoe.
Oh, my God.
He played basketball and was fine. Brushed off his shoe.
The last quarter, yeah. He's like, I just stretched it weird.
Oh.
Brian here. Worst pain I've ever been in is when I broke my neck back in 2010 in an ATV accident.
Oh.
That was a solid 9, fellas. I was 15 when I cut my big toe off with a lawnmower. The initial pain I described as having my toe smashed with a hammer against a concrete floor.
You could also describe it as cutting my toe off with a lawnmower. I think it kind of explains itself, man.
And one more. Worst pain was when I broke my leg and my wife stole my pain pills. Good times. That from Raymond, the transplant from Klamath Falls.
Oh, well.
Ted, who says,
if
quack,
you live in
quack,
Klamath
quack,
Falls,
quack.
you shouldn't be shocked your wife took your pain pills. God, that place is awful.
Now time for a few birthday emails brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
You're saying
dip responsibly.
I'm going to get you a Klamath Falls t-shirt.
If I live in Klamath Falls, just assume that my own spouse will steal my pain pills.
Again, we were in an RV camping, just staying overnight in the Walmart parking lot. Those dudes stole our beer. We should have locked them from underneath our thing while there was 4 men in it. And then we're parked, 20 feet away drinking it, like daring us to come over and say something.
Jesus.
So, right. So, like, Klamath Falls isn't, sorry, it's just a bad place.
Okay.
It's like God forgot about it.
You should expect your wife to steal your pills.
It's mostly drug addicts, so I'm not shocked she stole your pills.
Oliver Jello's going to get a birthday shout out to my baby girl, Kiara, who turns 11 today. Mom, Dad, and your 2 younger brothers love you. Can we get some green beans?
Yeah.
Some dirty dad jokes. She's 11, so no.
No.
Coach Ted on turning 11 as well. Thanks, Bajolas and Thrill. We are originally from Washington State, but have been in Harrison, Arkansas since 2020. Why are you always going to talk S about Arkansas?
Because I've been there.
Peace and love, brothers.
Green bean.
What?
Green bean.
Okay.
Green bean.
Arkansas, the Klamath Falls of the states.
There's nobody that defends Arkansas. People from Arkansas don't defend Arkansas.
Look, I understand you don't want me to make fun of Arkansas. The problem is Arkansas is still Arkansas, so I can't help myself. But happy birthday.
Yeah. All right. No dirty jokes for 11-year-old, but I got some other ones.
Sorry, but when's the last time I said, taking a vacation to Arkansas?
Right, but I have family there.
Correct.
I got a job there.
People do go to the Ozarks.
What people?
Oh, you know what? I'll give you that.
Okay.
Lake of the Ozarks, I'm sure, is lovely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jokes for an 11-year-old. Did you guys know statistically that 6 out of 7 dwarfs are not happy? Nothing?
I think that's a fact.
That is a fact.
What is a pirate's favorite fast food restaurant?
Arby's.
Arby's. Let's see here. I give her this one. 2 cannibals are eating dinner. One says, geez, I really hate my mother. The other replies, well, try the potatoes.
I thought it was going to be the classic, does this taste funny to you?
Yes, it's a clown, man.
All right, turn at 11, right? That's a pretty good birthday. 11's kind of that age where, like, you're still trick-or-treating. You can still go to the playground, but you're getting older. You're not a teenager yet, so you're right there. So I'd say, let's enjoy this year. Because then 12 and 13, then you got to kind of, be a little more grown up. But hey, go down that slide today. Get that burger. Get that milkshake.
10 and beyond, that's getting into the fun ages.
It is.
Yeah. You get the double digits with the 10 and then 11 through 13. You just
boom.
Pre-teens, here we go. And then the teenage years, man.
I feel like, too, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, you start getting a little more freedom.
Yeah.
You do.
You're getting jazzed about
when
it.
you can start, feeding yourself and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And once you start doing things like that, you find you get a little extra wiggle room in the house.
Hola, guys. It's my husband's 43rd birthday today. Can you guys wish him a happy birthday? Give him a fish sandwich and the Dirty Germans talking to him about how it feels to be 43 and how we're going to celebrate tonight.
2 Oregon fish sandwich.
Yeah, being 43 probably feels like being 42, but how you celebrate tonight, you're 1 year wiser and you know what it is you like in the bedroom.
Yeah. Also, I still remember when I turned 43, that was the year we finally got to do, is that one thing you've been asking about?
Yeah, finally, don't say oops, just say, yeah, I was trying to go there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget to shower first.
Hola, dinosaurs. It's my 50th birthday today. Can I get the turtle wax with a Here Comes the Dope Pusher in the first pause? Then a Geez Louise, followed by a Sarah Palin. Thanks for keeping us entertained. That from Tim.
Whoop, not that one. Hang on. I screwed it up.
Here comes the dope pusher.
Jeez Louise.
So suck it up, cupcake.
Gentleman writing because even though my wife is a big fan of the show, she thinks I'm an idiot for wanting to have a birthday shout out.
That's not why she thinks you're an idiot.
She would be embarrassed if I did this for her. So I'm turning 56 and damn, has the warranty run out. All of my aches and pains will be forgotten with a shout out. So could I humbly request you talking all over yourselves about eating pork brains, Coke Ted telling me what to do about functioning with elderly joints and muscles, and the Dirty Germans offering my wife ideas on how to help me feel better on my birthday. Thanks, gentlemen. You make my afternoon commute worth it. That from Sal, pronounced Sauce. What was the first one? Oh, pork brains. Well, we actually had pork
listen,
brains.
man, and milk gravy. I was going to say this. It tastes exactly like what it says on the can. It tastes like pork brains and a milk gravy. That's literally all you need to know. It's disgusting.
How old is he?
He is 56 years old today.
Oh, you're turning 56. Got a little pain in there, huh? What does Coke 10 recommend? I don't know about cocaine, but there's other drugs you can do. You can buy them on the street. You'll feel so blissful. You won't even know that pain exists, my brother.
Yeah, boy. Dirty Germans, too, right? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants to know what she can do to make him feel better on his birthday. It's quite simple. You just gave him a big hug with your mouth.
Yeah, unless he says I'm sorry, like a mouth hug.
Yeah.
But I also want to wish my amazing wife, Patty, a very happy birthday today. She takes another trip around the Great Ball of Fire. I don't tell her how much I love her and appreciate her enough, though, so hopefully she'll get a kick out of this. I won't say how old she is, somewhere between 54 and 56. Can she get a fart medley? And because she hates and loves your dumb jokes, I tell her, how about some dad jokes from Miles? Thank you guys for all the years of entertainment, and congrats on your success. That from Kylie. Let me see here. Okay. What kind of meat does a priest eat on Fridays? What kind of meat does a priest eat on Fridays?
What kind of meat does a...
None.
Oh. Damn. She said I was the biggest disappointment she ever had. I said, wow, still the biggest, though. Guys, I like my coffee like I like my women.
How's that?
Without a penis. Just gonna give her some more of this. Why don't Baptists make love standing up?
Why?
It looks too much like dancing. Morgan Freeman's son is a customs broker.
Oh, yeah?
Duty Freeman. Wait, there's more.
Duty Freeman.
What did sushi say to the bee? What did sushi say to the bee?
I don't know.
Wasabi! All right. How did the whoopee cushion die?
Ran out of air?
Fart attack. Dad joke Friday, I'll give him one. I told the waiter to stop throwing sodium chloride at me.
Oh, yeah?
That's assault.
That's assault, yeah.
Woolly mammoths don't like explosions.
Woolly mammoths don't like explosions. Why not?
But a dino might. And finally, what were the first two computers in the world?
I don't know.
The Mac and the PC?
Eve had an apple. Adam had a wang.
Well done.
Yeah. Let's see. But Charles, today is my 59th trip around the sun, and if I could, I'd like to give a shout-out to my life partners, Jewel and Mona, for making me the happiest man on earth. Thank you so much for all you do at home for me. I love you. The girls, not you, Ted. A random sound effect there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, for John.
You, your girl, and your Johnson.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Still getting those emails on National Gas Day or whatever it was, National Fart Day. Guys,
Past gas day.
whatever
Miles.
it was, yes. I used to be a charter fisherman in the Florida Keys. We once booked a trip for 5 very attractive ladies who were in town for a bachelorette party weekend. I managed to get myself invited to join them for dinner the next evening, and subsequently back to the house they were staying at for cocktails. I obviously had driven myself to the restaurant, so one of the ladies offered to ride with me back to the house, in my lap. Immediately after assuming her co-pilot position, I felt a vibration in my lap. My dumbass couldn't help but ask, "Did you just fart on me?" She sheepishly replied, "Yep."
Yep.
We'll be celebrating our 15th anniversary on March the 17th. Keep doing what you gentlemen are doing for as long as they'll let you. Oh, and a little side note, that was her bachelorette party.
Oh, nice. Damn, man.
Stole the guy's wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, I guess good for him, but that's tough.
And she farted on him.
Guys, there we were, the New York casino, just outside the teeny tiny sports book in Tom Urban. We had a few libations, as one does. I was headed to a machine when it happened. Hubby farts, a woman screams, and plates crash. Boom, boom, boom. I turn, he's gone. I mean, seconds passed, and he's nowhere to be found. I head back toward the sports book, and he stumbles from the bathroom with tears and laughter. Fortunately, he didn't poop himself, and the lady screaming and broken dishes were simply perfect timing. But to this day, it is the most perfect fart. Miss y'all much. That from Heather, formerly of the second floor, now in Alabama.
All right.
And one more fart email. So my dad, rest his soul, was an elementary school librarian. He had the worst farts. His library aide lady had her own fart fan in the office. So way back in the day, he would need to drop ass. He would find a group of young men hanging out in the library, and he would do a very sneaky crop dust. Then he'd go back to his office and watch them argue over who farted. Happy hump day, bitches. That from Charlie in Bremerton. Okay, I think it's time that we go back in time to the last time that we played Ted versus the FCC. So if we could, let's go back in time.
All right. Chunky Butt Funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky butt funk Chuck, the chunky butt flunker with his fat funky fork.
3 times fast.
Chunky butt funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky butt funk Chuck was chunky butt funker with his fat funky fork.
1.
Chunky butt funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky butt funk Chuck, the chunky butt funker with his fat funky fork. Sorry, Mike. Chunky butt funk was stuck with a funky fork. Poor unlucky butt funk Chuck, the chunky butt funker with his fat funky fork. Oh!
Wow. There was a win live from Tony V's. Let's do it again.
And now, everyone's favorite daytime game show, where one person could lose $325,000 and their job, or win and walk away with nothing. It's time for Ted versus the FCC.
As we discussed earlier, our New Year's resolution there was stop doing drugs on Thursday night.
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
Got a good night's sleep tonight. We're going to do drugs all night long.
Oh, we're going to do them tonight, for sure.
Just not on Thursday night.
Right, yay.
This is an oldie but a goodie. We pulled out one from September 27th of 2019.
Oh, I remember that day.
And this is from Matt in Stanwood. He says, a new twist on an old classic. Good luck, sir. I'm sure you've done this one before, but let's do it again.
All right.
Can it go something like this? The towns of Fig Buck and Buck Fig love to cheer for their hometown football teams. The Fig Buck Fig Buckers and the Buck Fig Buck Figgers. Go Fig Buckers and go Buck Figgers.
What?
That's what I said. The way we do Ted versus the FCC is to read that one time through, then 3 times fast.
The towns of Fig Buck and Buck Fig love to cheer for their hometown football teams. The Fig Buck, Fig Buckers, and the Butt Fig, Buck Figgers. Go Fig Buckers and go Buck Figgers.
3 times fast.
The towns of Fig Buck and Buck Fig love to cheer on their hometown football team.
Right in the keister. Right in the keister.
Come on. See, I think this is when around I started saying, like, they got to be real words.
Yeah, well, that's
you
their
can
town.
barely walk or talk through it slowly.
I will get better at it the second time around next week.
Go back to doing drugs on Thursday.
Okay.
You think that'll help?
Yeah, I do.
Coming up at 5:08, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
So here's the thing with homemade meals. Eating them is great, but all the chopping and measuring and cleanup, not so much. With new one-pan assemble and bake meals from Blue Apron, you get all the flavor of homemade meals with a fraction of the work. Just assemble the pre-chopped ingredients, bake in the oven, and enjoy. Shop Assemble and Bake at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats. But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle!
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field!
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How did he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, Chuck Coda here at 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. According to a new study, smarter breeds of dogs can pick up on a lot more words and can actually be eavesdropping on your conversations.
Well, you can't repeat it. Right, like who are they going to tell? I can say, I'm going to rob a bank, and even if my dog knows exactly what I'm going to do, are you going to tell? You going to tell other dogs?
Right.
I'm not worried about
Guess what he's doing?
Well, I could tell the canine unit, I guess.
You know what's happening.
I mean, I get it. Like, I don't think that... Like, I get the dog is listening to me and he fathoms.
Well, they were saying the dogs, their big thing, eavesdropping's wrong term. The point they were making was, even if you're not speaking to your dog, you come over to my house, I talk about a new toy for my dog, Molly.
Oh, yeah.
If we talk about enough, the dog will pick up the idea that, I don't know, if I say the rope toy, she will understand what the rope toy is.
All right.
If I say, hey, can you go to the fridge and grab beer, she'll actually figure out what the fridge is. So then you could say to your dog, go to the fridge. And your dog will go to the refrigerator. Because they just realize, just based on what you're pointing at or talking about, it starts to recognize the words that identify certain objects.
After a while, it just becomes habit.
To say, it's like those videos where people act like they're on the phone and just use the dog's buzzwords.
Oh, yeah, and the dog
like
just...
walk or toy.
Oh, yeah.
Treat.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Telescopes have spotted a record-breaking asteroid that's spinning so fast that they say it should break itself apart.
But it hasn't.
It has not.
Is it close?
I don't think it's close.
Oh, it should break itself apart, but it hasn't, so it shouldn't.
Right.
That's all, guys. And there's science.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like, what's his name? From the Rolling Stones, that should be dead.
Oh, Keith Richards. He should be dead, but he's not.
Right.
So he shouldn't be.
Defying all the laws.
Right.
All the odds. A new study found that castration shows an increased life expectancy in mammals.
That's okay.
They say it does in humans, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to live that long.
That's my thing. Like, how long are we talking? And then what do I do with my time other than say, I miss my penis?
Right.
Yeah, you make less poor decisions.
Well, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming if you don't have your testicles, you can't have sex anymore?
I mean, I suppose that you can.
Sex.
I thought castration got rid of it all.
Yeah.
Or is is it just the testicles?
It's just the boys.
So
just the boys?
twig.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, you have the twig, you don't have the berries.
Correct.
I'm saying, does your twig still work?
I believe so.
I mean, because most dogs will still sport one, even if they've been, spayed or, neutered. Not spayed.
Yeah, neutered.
Neutered.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't need to live that long. You know what helps you live a long time, too? Like a good diet and exercise. So given the choice, I'm not going to do either. I'm just saying.
But now I'm kind of with Miles.
What?
Well, if the twig's still functional, it still produces.
You're in?
Is it there? Yeah, I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
I can still have sex.
My Google history is just going to be screwed.
I think it's just less frequent.
Less frequent, and your motivation probably goes down.
You can still get an erection without testicles.
Yeah.
It becomes much harder.
Yeah.
To get an erection or after you get an erection?
I'm trying to read through that right now.
I mean, it makes
the erection more difficult, or
wait,
good call. Difficult or
harder.
Well, ED medications they say can help, or an implant.
Okay.
Sure, I mean, because you're just kind of getting rid of the testosterone.
Right, I was going to say your basic motivation for that is in the testicles. Your penis is the vessel, right?
But if you lose your testicles, your testosterone level plummets.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you're kind of like, I would have sex, but I don't really feel like it.
I don't even feel like lifting.
I don't even like ball anymore.
Yeah.
Let's watch figure skating.
Yeah, you guys want to come over and drink wine and cry?
Do we have to eat ribs again?
Let's watch a sad movie.
Why do you want steak?
Let's eat outside.
God. Is pumpkin spice season back?
Oh, can we get goat cheese and artichoke?
God damn it.
Why don't you ever bring me flowers?
No.
Yeah. You don't eat as much steak and chips. No, but I love sweets.
Suddenly, I can plan things 9 months in advance and remember.
Remember it all.
I remember every conversation we have ever had.
There's more than two feelings.
One of them's ouch.
Oh, God, the new season of The Bachelor's on.
I know.
I date myself, but come over. Let's watch Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yeah, on repeat.
Yeah. Hallmark. Put your thinking caps on. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It's an adjective brought to you by the letter I.
Have you had a good cry, Mike, lately?
I just want to read a book. I don't want to watch sports.
Yeah. I'm not into sex, but can we snuggle?
You're right. Oh, no, ulterior motive. I just want to snuggle.
Can we just have contact with each other without it having to go there?
Why are my feet so cold? Why do I feel the need to put them
Why are my feet cold?
between your legs?
Right. And I'll never put on socks.
Right.
Suddenly I want to wear your hoodie.
Oh, my God. Oh. We should adopt a cat. I think that's what our family needs.
Got it. Every compromise is in my favor. Every single one of them.
Actually, you know what? You're wrong, okay?
Honey, I picked out your clothes for you.
All right. Is that what you're wearing?
Oh, I hate my coworkers. They're bitches.
I know.
They're just so mean.
It's always personal.
Ted, I got to go to the bathroom. You want to go with me?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Of course I do.
Merriam-Webster word of the day. It's an adjective brought to you by the letter I. I give you guys 75% chance of success on this one. It describes either something that is not likely to bother or offend anyone, or something that causes no injury or is otherwise considered harmless. Somebody who's been castrated. Irrelevant. Ooh, I like irrelevant, but no, it is not irrelevant.
All right.
Doesn't cause injury to anyone?
Does not cause injury, otherwise considered harmless.
Insignificant?
It's not likely to bother or offend. Insignificant, not bad, but no.
Now, come on, Thrill.
A little bit fancier. Steve, you're the final bastion over here. The word is innocuous.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
75, you guys know what the word is. You just,
I know the word,
you're
right?
not really going to get
piecing it
there.
together there.
Experts say AI is causing a collapse of trust online. And
don't say.
I'm here to say good. Let the collapse of trust go online. Let us stop trusting the internet.
I wish someone had predicted this. Like, I don't know, everyone who's not an idiot.
Right.
One of my favorite ones I saw today was, I guess, the smaller cities, if they're still owned by some big-ass dumb company. Put it this way, it's some small town in Idaho, okay? And they're an affiliate of one of the networks, I don't know, but the local news is doing the local news stuff. There's nobody there, so they're putting all this crap through AI. So they're doing the weather report. So it shows the state of Ohio. It kind of says what the weather is, and the weather itself was fairly accurate as a meteorologist, right? Because nature going to do what nature goes. None of the towns were true. Some of them were really dirty sounding. Some of them were just absolutely hilarious. And so people are looking at this like, well, the weather's reasonably close to what they're saying, but nobody lives. And I believe they call it an AI hallucination.
Right.
But they're not sure. They're like, dude, it's just the state of Ohio. In theory, if you feed this to AI, Boise's Boise, right? That's what
correct.
Not to AI. So it had a hallucination. Like all the cities were labeled something just weird.
I just like the fact that they were quoting a guy who said BS.
Oh, Jesus.
But they put an asterisk where the U is in bull, but left the S word.
Oh, no.
This was a graphic.
This was on CNN. It was,
Oh,
I got fooled on Christmas Eve. Thought I found the greatest Christmas song of all time. Turns out it was AI.
But was it a good song?
It was called The Grinch That Stole All the Bitches.
Oh.
I thought it was a real soul song from like the 70s.
But see, that I can get down with AI. Like, look, if you're going to create something that's still entertaining,
The
cool.
Grinch That Stole All the Bitches.
Grinch That Stole All the Bitches.
I got to look for this now.
My God.
Awesome.
You still bumped that in the apartment, didn't you?
I did.
Damn straight. You
I don't
did.
think that's where AI went. A Christmas song. Beep, 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 beep. The Grinch stole all the bitches.
It had like a whole bio on this fake singer. It was like these 70 singers teeter on like ridiculous and awesome. And it's like this guy made The Grinch That Stole All the Bitches.
You were like, I'm in.
I was.
You remember what his name was?
I'll look it up.
Did it sound fake?
Mike, I'm telling you, it sounded. You can hear it in my voice. Like I couldn't believe when I finally looked it up. My buddy's like, "Oh, dude, this is AI." I was like, "No,
Damn it.
I can't believe they got me."
Fossils discovered in Morocco suggest that Africa is the birthplace of modern humans. Haven't we already established
I was
that?
going to say they've been saying that longer than I've been alive.
Like, I don't.
By the way, Ted, it says here The Grinch That Stole All the Bitches. Apparently released in 1976, which obviously is not true. I'm trying to find any more information about it, but yeah.
Trust me, if you can find it, it is awesome though.
Scientists are creating smart pills that track medicine in the body. Why do we need to track the medicine that's inside the body?
Is it taking?
Like,
you gave me medicine. I hope it is.
Right. I'm hoping that if you gave me something, you know what it does.
I mean, maybe it's some of the neuromedications or whatever. I don't know. Or
maybe.
Oh man! I'll tell you what. Just watching TV last night, and maybe 4 different pill ads come on for whatever the hell. It is amazing to me to listen to all the side effects, and if it doesn't apply to you, you don't pay a lot of attention. And then half the commercials, the side effects. And when they got to the end of the commercial to remind you what the pill was about, I'm like, you realize this condition is less severe than any of the potential side effects that you might have from having.
Right.
Jesus Christ, just live with the condition.
Sometimes they don't even say what it is. There's one commercial where it's just a guy serving food, and it's all like, "Look at him," and I'm like, "What is this for?" Apparently, it's like for your skin condition.
Oh, there's been a lot with eczema and all that kind of thing going on. But yeah, I've known people with eczema. It's irritating, but it's not life-threatening. They don't enjoy it. That's why we gave it a name. But there's a couple of... I'm looking at the side effects. Like, all of these are severely worse than just having eczema.
I hate when they just say what the condition is, and they just expect me to know what that damn condition is.
I think their thing is that it's
for all those
targeted.
suffering from bisafibromyalgia.
If you know what it is, you're going to pay attention.
Ask your doctor if it's right for
That's
you.
what I like about the commercials. I'm like, this does not appeal to me. Cool.
This is the time of year for me, though, man. My skin gets dry as hell.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just get lotion.
Well, get one of these.
Just use some of that lotion on your skin.
I used a lotion, but it still gets dry at the end of the day.
You have to keep reapplying the lotion.
Why don't you talk to your doctor and see if this medication is right for you? If you don't mind having, right now you're just itchy, but you could not be itchy and might have a stroke, suicidal thoughts, a low occurrence of death, high blood pressure, bleeding out of your eyes.
You gotta spread the lotion all over, Miles.
Right.
It doesn't just go for one concentrated area and then spread. You got to put it all over.
I just put a dab on my head and let it melt down. Yeah. It's a slow process.
You know what? As long as we're talking about bucking technology, let's go ahead and just keep that going.
The Men's Room Top
Really put the emphasis on it.
Yeah, thank you.
The Men's Room Top 10.
So this comes to us from Talker, and it says a new poll found half of Americans are trying to disconnect from the digital world whenever they can and live more analog lifestyles. So they gave us the top 10 analog trends that we're embracing this year.
I read it wrong. I saw anal log. Like, oh, yeah. Oh,
Is
never
that
mind.
what we're calling it now?
All right, man.
All right. I'm going to go.
I'm living the anal log lifestyle.
I'm going to go leave
3 times today.
Yeah, baby.
It looks like
It's anal log. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Looks like
everyone's into that lifestyle. I didn't know.
It's like run off from
Could be anal OG.
Yeah, I'm the anal OG. It's coming back, baby.
Anal OG.
There's a script of that in
I
there.
was the first guy to go, hey, I got an idea. As long as I'm back here.
Yeah.
You know what I could do? Hang on, baby. Breathe real deep. I want to try this.
See what happens.
Sometimes you plug stuff in a different outlet.
That's right.
That's all.
Let's see if this light bulb works.
Analog, my bad.
Analog trends that we're embracing this year. Actual cameras, they say. Phone cameras are really good now, but the real ones still have their appeal. And I
think
feel
it depends if you like taking pictures.
And I
let me phrase it. If you like photography, right? So everyone takes a picture. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to catch something in the moment. I get it. But people that like photography, it's a much different.
But then you need to go back and plug that into an actual computer to download the pictures.
Not necessarily, though, Miles, because there's a lot of
Polaroids.
Photography enthusiasts that'll tell you that the actual film is a lot better than anything that digital can produce.
But they enjoy the process of creation.
I'm sure you got to mail that off somewhere.
But I'm with you, though, because
more than likely
there are some that will still buy a film camera, but I feel like if people are using analog cameras, as it were, it's more on the Polaroid side. They're still getting those little tiny Polaroid ones, or they're getting they want the instant one still.
Yeah, you still want that because we like the instant gratification. But I mean, if you're someone that has a camera with all the lenses and all that, you go, okay, this person's into photography, which is a lot different than taking pictures.
Yeah, like my buddy Joe or like Thrill, like they've always liked photography, and I've never known you guys not to have actual cameras and actual lenses.
Yeah. Analog music. Listening to records, CDs,
Analog G music.
Analog
I think it is like sometimes to listen to a record.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It sounds stupid. And I know some people talk about the sound quality, blah, blah, blah. For me, I just really, when I put on vinyl, you listen to the record differently.
Yes.
Only in the sense of, because you got to flip it over at some point. So it sounds ridiculous, but you're kind of reading the last song on, say, side one. But as a result, you really listen to each song.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it because the artists put the work into it.
I just get tired of people yelling at Alexa and other stuff, and it's just like
Alexa, play blah blah blah.
Right, like let the song we're listening to finish. You know what I mean?
Oh, right,
like
right.
People are so excited to get to the next one. Like, hey, hang on,
right? Just let this one
trust
complete.
the playlist.
Wearing a watch, not a smartwatch, but a dumb watch. I literally switched to that here in the last couple of years. I don't like the smartwatches. I don't like having to put this thing on a friggin' charger at the end of the night because they die halfway through. The last time I wore my digital watch was on New Year's Eve to count those 50,000 steps, and beyond that, I can't remember the last time before that.
It's good to exercise with, but other than that, you don't need a day-to-day.
No.
I'd say most people that wear the smart watches, though, it's like a phone. The last thing you do is actually make a phone call. You use it for a billion other things.
Yes.
And if like with the smartwatch, and there's nothing wrong with this, but they use it, to count their steps, blah, blah, blah. But to look at the time, that's the last thought on their mind.
Absolutely.
I still love my buddy Rob after we did that Diplo 5K and then went to the concert. His watch just kept going off. Like, Jesus, man, you're really moving. We were just like dancing for like an hour, and it was like, you're the man.
Using an old school planner. Again, these are the 10 analog trends that we're embracing this year.
I don't know if I'd call my wife an old school planner.
Oh. Yeah, but you also have a chalkboard in your home.
I do have the chalkboard.
Where you have notes up about what's going on, where you need to be, or whatever the deal is, what the activities are.
We all have the giant calendars on our desk.
Yeah, we are the only 3 people in this entire floor that use a desktop calendar.
Yep.
Because everyone will say, hey, man, I sent it to you in the
Google calendar.
I'm like, brother, I'm not going to look at that.
I still have to write it on there. That's how I know I'm committed to something.
Yeah.
Writing letters. When's the last time you got one in the mail? If you're under 30, maybe never.
My one uncle sends letters.
Okay. I like it.
He's also kind of insane. I'm not saying that they're correlated. I'm just saying he's the one person who sends letters, and he's the one dude that's crazy.
Oh, we get letters here at KISW for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, we do.
Using an alarm clock, not just the one on your phone, but an actual alarm clock.
I use an alarm clock. I rarely use the alarm clock, but when I have to, I use the clock. It's on the other side of the room, just so I force myself to get out of bed.
I just don't own one anymore.
Yeah. I saw a study a long while ago. It was like, get the clock out of your room because it's stressing you out in the middle of the night. You wake up in the middle of the night.
Way.
Yeah,
it's turned the other way, so I can't see what time it is. But when the alarm goes off, then it's.
I'm telling you what, though, man, those little lights with the clock on them.
Yeah,
that slowly, gradually bring the light up before it's time to get up.
Yeah, like that.
And then they slowly bring up, like, I've got KISW on there, so I slowly wake up to the light, the radio station, then boom, the alarm goes off.
So you slowly wake up to Green Day.
Pretty much. Lincoln Park. I mean, that's how I get up.
Playing physical games like board games, puzzles instead of video games.
Yeah, I'm just not a big video game guy because I don't have the ability.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, that's really it. But yeah. It's weird because the kid plays video games because he's a kid. But on the occasion that board games break out, like if we're visiting the in-laws because they're big on the cards and all that.
Sure.
The amount of fun that I see my kids having because they're actually having an interaction with someone physically there is very cool.
Using a paper calendar. There you go. You're probably not ditching your iCalendar, but it's nice to have one hanging somewhere, they say.
It's the only calendar I got, dude.
My guy Alan down at the auction that I work at on Tuesday mornings, he still every year has a Kraken calendar that he puts up there, and he writes down just all the notes that he has on that calendar. He's probably the only one that I see uses an actual hang-up calendar.
My thing is, I have a hang-up calendar, and I write stuff on there. I forget to look at it because it's behind me when we get to work. So someone will bring, hey, man, we got that meeting at 10:30.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? But when I look at the calendar, I've written it down.
Yep. They still like to do a Snap-on Tools calendar with all the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
I know they still do the firemen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Why can't they do that? Like fishing calendars, too. Where it's like hot chicks that were like wearing waders and like a bra fishing.
Here's a big
Well,
fish.
like a bikini.
The thing is, they could have hot chicks doing anything. It didn't matter.
That's a solid.
Here's hot chicks eating sushi. You're like, all right, cool. That's
gonna be a good
That's
month.
my calendar.
Pinky plumbing.
Yeah. Whatever. She's taking a turd out of the toilet. Hot chick. Cool. That's my calendar.
I'll call Sawyer.
There you go.
Got an idea for you, buddy.
Sawyer, come on, man. Let's get it done.
Let's get hot chicks. Plumbing.
Plunge in a dirty brown toilet.
Let's get him digging in there. We can make this thing sound like hotcakes, man. Come on. Oh, God. Reading books.
The real question, though. Why is it always firemen? Can we get a sexy cop one?
I think it's just because firemen are kind of known for being crazy ripped.
Right, but also, you'll always hear, I like a man in uniform, right? And one that we hear that blows my mind is UPS guys, just because brown is not the most flattering thing, but like,
Got a
UPS,
package for you, ladies.
You're missing the boat. You know, they would buy your freaking calendar if you just had the UPS guys with their big ass thighs walking all the time.
What if we had like professions that were like obvious porn stars? There's like the pizza guy, the UPS guy, the pool boy.
You know what? You're right.
Bikini barista.
There you go.
Stepson.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Bad stepmom.
The lonely single mother across the street.
Yeah, exactly. Look, if they hit the
I
category...
didn't know anybody could see that my breasts were out.
Yeah, honestly, if you hit the thumbnail, make a calendar. Puffy nipples. You know, there it is, man.
The calendar.
Harry.
How do you spell October? With these two.
Yeah, Harry the calendar.
Reading books.
It's just Harry the Husky.
Yeah.
Hey.
This pixelated stuff.
E-readers just aren't the same, so people are starting to read physical books. I never got into the e-readers. You know, I thought they were cool. They're crazy convenient. I tried to read on my phone for a little while there, and it just didn't feel right.
I'm
There's
a book
also
guy,
something
man.
very satisfying about how much you read in a sitting. So when
Yeah.
you move that bookmark down, you're like,
Yes.
all right, man, I'm 2/3 of the way through the book.
I'm also the guy that's like, how many pages do I have left in this chapter? You know, do I cram
I'll
this in?
finish the chapter.
Yeah,
Right.
do I cram this in before I stop? And then I'll leave you with this last and final analog trend that we are embracing this year, the Analog trend of the year, using an actual notebook for notes. Apps are great, but pens and papers still do exist.
I write everything.
Yes, you do. The problem is when I do that, I lose track of where it is. You know, I can't just put it down on a piece of paper because it'll get lost. I do have a whole bunch
That happens.
I do have a whole bunch of notes that are open. I'm good.
Yeah.
But it also allows me to kind of rearrange where things are going. If I have
That
a
is
train of
convenient.
thought, I don't have to erase. I don't have to squeeze it in here.
I
Like,
use
I can
the
just
sticky note.
Yes, you do.
My wife laughs because she'll open like a notebook and there's just nothing but notes. Then there's 3 or 4 sticky notes. And then I just have an arrow from the sticky note pointing to whatever topic it's kind of covering. That
Yes.
makes sense. She's like, why do you do this? I'm like, because it makes sense to me.
A man in
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals. That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Belgium was smart enough to know that he was too drunk to drive, but his solution for the problem still managed to get into trouble, Miles.
What was the solution?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to the weekend and drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve the Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and I believe our very own Mike Hawk has this story coming up in headlines. Today, we toast one Lavika Gupta from Noida, India. Apparently, everything ends with the letter A. Anyway, Lavika, she agreed to marry her current husband 2 years ago, but now she's suing both her husband and 4 of her in-laws. So as the story goes, Vika claims that she was deceived at the time by this man's family for concealing various details about both his education and his financial status, which we talked about yesterday, like on the dating sites or whatever. Yeah. Hey, man, they're lying about this. Well, no kidding. She says, quote, after marriage, I found out that my husband had only passed Class 12, in other words, graduated high school.
That is
while
grade 12.
His biodata showed that he had a Bachelor of Commerce degree. He also lied that his income was $20,000. In this way, I was seriously defrauded. But more importantly, at least according to her, was that when she agreed to marry her now husband, she was promised a man with, quote, thick hair. But she later learned that her spouse was bald and wearing a wig to conceal his lack of hair. That's the thing that set her off. She's like, look, I can live with the fact that he lied about his education. I can live with the fact that he does not make as much money as he said he did. But I wanted someone, and I believe her exact quote was thick, lush hair. The word lush was in there. Only to marry this dude and find out he is bald. And now she's suing. Damn. So, guys, remember, don't wear a wig. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, or lie. Just don't be bald.
And he's getting sued, man. That is unbelievable. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, your winner on a Bad Choice Friday coming up next.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance, too, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Maybe you like cooking. Maybe you don't. Either way, the new Blue Apron is for you. Because along with our classic meal kits, we're offering new pre-made and one-pan meals to help you get dinner on the table fast. And now there's no subscription needed, so you can just order and enjoy. Do delicious food your way. Shop 100+ meals at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BlueApron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Come on. Well, birthday celebration today on a Bad Choice Friday. One posthumous, one still alive. Rod Stewart, 81 years old. The tune, Do You Think I'm Sexy? And then also David Johansen. You know him as Buckster Poindexter. He would have been 75. The tunes, Do You Think I'm Sexy? And Hot, Hot, Hot. Mike, how was the voting?
Spirited, but still very, very one-sided with a 55-45 split there, Miles. When it came down to it, it's really cold outside. We're not feeling hot, hot, hot at all. We're doing a little Rod Stewart on a Bad Choice Friday.
Let's go. Yeah. Welcome to the weekend. You are listening to The Men's Room, 99.9 KISW.
Why does every recipe I try need 18 ingredients, including a jar of something paste I'll never use again, but will sit in my fridge for 9 months? I just want dinner in the oven, fast. That's why I love Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals. They send you fresh ingredients that are already chopped. All you do is put it all together and bake. That's it. No chopping, no weird leftovers, just delicious, easy-to-make meals. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title Ace guys have teams of talents and writers something come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Last month, just outside of Denver, a very popular weed dispensary and CBD store caught fire. On the scene, the fire chief said, quote, "Are people watching us? Feels like everyone's watching us."
The Ted Smith. Yeah.
Stephen Colbert.
Last month, just outside Denver, a popular weed dispensary and CBD store caught fire. On the scene, the fire chief said, quote, "Are people watching us? It feels like everyone's watching us."
New guidelines for alcohol consumption have been released by the U.S. government, and they say you can have up to 2 drinks a day for men and 1 drink for women. But stress, don't drink it for breakfast. In other words, no more brunches, ladies.
The Ted Smith, yep.
Yeah, that's me. Figured it's better than no tailgate beers.
They basically said, yeah, drink it, be social.
Yeah. It is funny that Dr. Oz said, well, it's a social lubricant. First time I heard that term was on Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard it before, but yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Yeah.
In a new episode of his podcast, Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce said that he won't make a decision for a month about retirement, and added he, quote, "just wants to be a regular human for a couple weeks. You know,
A regular human who's engaged to Taylor Swift and contemplating retirement at 36. Just regular dude stuff.
Foul.
Yeah, foul.
Liars.
In a new episode of his podcast, Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce said that he won't make a decision about retirement for a month and added that he's, quote, just being a regular human for a couple of weeks. You know, a regular human who's engaged to Taylor Swift and contemplating retirement at 36. Just regular dude stuff.
Scientists say that jellyfish sleep a lot like us, and for the same reasons. They also ate a pint of Ben & Jerry's to themselves and lay on the floor? Colbert.
Scientists now say that jellyfish sleep a lot like us and for the same reasons. They also ate a family-sized pack of fudge stripes and lay down on the floor.
I switched it. I should have read that one earlier.
Why is that?
Because you never hear me talk about fudge stripes.
I don't.
So I figured the pint of Ben & Jerry's might throw you off.
Oh, I got you.
But it's not sneaky if I don't do
But you're right. I do not hear you talk much about fudge stripes. We don't call you fudge stripe Ted.
Very underrated cookie.
They're okay.
No, I love them.
Really?
I love them. I don't know why.
I feel like you can barely taste
I don't
the
know if
fudge.
it's nostalgia. Well, it's not really fudge. It's just, to me, it's just chocolate.
To me, it's just a hard brown thing on a butter cookie. Like, they're not bad. But
It is nostalgia. Did you ever have those pinwheels that were like chocolate covered?
We go through this every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't like those.
So my grandmother used to get them, right? But those were like her cookies. So you couldn't really have them, right? But every once in a while, like, I don't know, like we had a cousin pass away. So like we all got them. It's like, grandma used to have them. But then, like, a couple weeks later, there was still some in my house. I was like, I don't know that I really like these.
I don't like these.
No.
Yeah, so you're right. Sometimes nostalgia, it sucks, too, when you go, like, if you've moved away from the city or the area you grew up in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll go back to Maryland sometimes and go somewhere that I swore was the best. And I'm just like, it's not that good.
That's all right. Yeah.
You getting there with the green turtle yet?
Yeah.
No, I've been there for a while with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fine, but
I think it's a chain.
It's not as good as you remember.
just eventually, you know.
Burgers, cookies, still as good as you remember.
Yeah, right? Like, I mean, it's funny. I had family in town, and, like one thing, like, my mom's still like, we got to get a bag of dicks.
All right.
And I was like, yeah, good call.
Was she still as excited as she was?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Didn't you say your brother was like, these are excellent?
Yeah. Well, he was trying to, he listens to the podcast. We have a brand new episode out, by the way. So when he was out here last year, he just wanted to do all the fast food, because when he was here the time before, he was with his family.
Okay.
So he had like real meals and stuff.
Real food.
Yeah.
Wah,
So he was like, I just want to eat the fast food I always hear you and Cobb and Matt talking about.
Where else did you go? Because to me, it'd be like Burger Master, Kid Valley, and Dick's. Like, to me, those would be the
Taco Time.
Ooh, my God.
love
I
Taco
forget
Time.
that that's not everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, we were driving down through Oregon, so we stopped at an In-N-Out as well.
Okay.
I did a Del Taco down in California. I get the hype.
Yeah. I've been to a Del Taco. I don't know what I was expecting.
It just didn't quite
I
meet it.
think Taco Time's better.
Taco Time is. Del Taco is fine. It's kind of like Taco Bell with tots.
Yeah. And cheeseburgers.
Yeah. And then to me, Taco Time is just, I don't know, there's just different levels of stuff. But yeah, he was pretty impressed. Does everybody in here currently have a pet? You don't, Miles.
No.
What?
I got two of them.
Don't you do for a weird pet now?
A hairless cat?
Years?
Possibly, sure. I'm contemplating.
Not just a hairless cat, but a feral one with a broken leg.
Yeah, that hates humans. Named Miles.
I've thought about it.
Well, good news. The first ever Pet Lover's Choice Award, meaning you like your pet.
Be very clear about this.
That's a weird thing with pet lovers. Will be held in Los Angeles on February 24th. Won't air live like some award show, but it'll get a primetime airing on national TV streaming platforms in early March. Let's see. It's first ever nationally broadcast fan-voted award show dedicated to honoring America's dogs and cats. And anyone's pet can be a winner. Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias will be your host with his new dog, Roca. You can enter your cats and dogs at PetLoversChoiceAwards.com. Cutest dog, cutest cat, senior sweetheart, athletic champion, most fashionable, best personality, and best rescue pet are the categories.
Okay. I read something about that a couple of weeks ago.
I'd give it to the dog that Mike's got coming up in headlines.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about that guy yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That should be a category. Like, look at this amazing crap.
Yeah. Really annoying pets, but you still love them.
All right. So last night we had the VRBO, Verbo as they call it, which honestly, I have nothing to do with that company. I thoroughly like Vacation by Owner. That's this website I've used for years. But they were hosted in the Fiesta Bowl. So I think we'll start with 0-2 there, Mike. This was the end of the game. Basically, Miami just needed a field goal to tie it up. Looked like Ole Miss was going to win this game, but this is what happened.
The Canes within 3 yards of a game-winning touchdown, which would send them home to the championship game. 3 receivers bunch to the left. Becca's looking that way. And still looking. Takes off running. Carson Beck with his legs. Puts Miami on top.
Now, credit to Ole Miss. They drove the field back down and got it down to about the 35 with 6 seconds left and threw a Hail Mary. Yeah. I know, look, it's clearly pass interference.
They don't call it on Hail Marys. They don't call it on
Hail Marys.
NFL, college, you name it, they don't call it.
Correct. Me and my brother were talking earlier today. I think from that yard line, I would have run a little bit of a different play. Right, because they threw a Hail Mary to the corner of the end zone, right? So you're basically adding 2 defenders.
Right. The corner back of the end zone.
Correct. Like, I would have run that to the middle of the field. Hopefully somebody tips it wrong or whatever. But a hell of a game. And credit to Ole Miss. Last year when they started this playoff, there wasn't that many close games. Ole Miss has been in 2 thrillers. So, I mean, just exciting football and good for those kids, right? Lane Kiffin left and this and that.
They also always forget about the hook and ladder. Sometimes that'll trick a defense. Where you, like what Boise State did. You throw across the middle, somebody's racing right behind him, they pop it back, and he takes off.
I mean, I'm with you. I think Miami's defense is just so fast. So they went for it. But with that all said, though, again, I thought it was a bad play call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also kind of interesting, whenever you have these big bowl games, like a Super Bowl, there's always celebrities there. So Nikki Bella was there. Pat McAfee and his crew were doing, they do on ESPN2, they do like the sideline stuff. I'm sure they're doing it tonight. We all know what WWE is, but Nikki Bella was there, and I just like the reaction out of these guys.
Always been a football fan, Nikki, or no?
Always been a football fan. Raised that way.
What do you like about the sport so much?
The energy, competition. Even though, our fighting's a little different, we have predetermined finishes.
What are you talking about?
But what I'm saying is I like that they don't know it. None of us know the finish.
Unbelievable.
What do you think about Cena's ending?
Unbelievable.
Were you a fan of Cena's ending, how that all played out, I guess?
Gunther choked me out a month before that.
I'm so mad.
I mean, Mike, you could help me out on this. I mean, WWE now has a show on Netflix where they show you all the planning behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they don't hide it anymore that it's predetermined.
Correct.
Again, and I will always say, that wrestling people, don't come at me. It is a physical sport. It is a very tough sport, but it is predetermined.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, is any wrestling fan going to deny that?
No.
Yeah, like, come on. Yeah, we know.
Well, I think when you use, because I use the term,
day,
like, it's not a real sport. It's and they don't even call it, right? They call it entertainment.
It is entertainment.
But wrestling fans sometimes get a little up in their feelings.
No. It's an athletic entertainment. No one disputes their athleticism or what it is they're doing, but a sport does not have a predetermined outcome.
Correct. I do, like, guys fight through pain.
Sure.
There's injuries. I mean, we've heard Miggs
all
talk
that
about
stuff.
it. Right, so I'm not taking anything away from what they do, but it's like...
But it's entertainment.
Right, but it's entertainment. It's
right.
predetermined. You know what I mean? I mean, when you look at regular sports, like, it's a big deal if somebody's caught cheating or shaving points.
It's huge.
Yeah. I mean, Pete Rose got banned from the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
But again, great game. Tonight, you have the other semifinal going on right now on ESPN. That is Indiana taking on Oregon. Should be a good game. And then this weekend, you got a lot of NFL stuff if you're into it. Tomorrow afternoon, the first game is Panthers hosting the Rams. Come on, Panthers. Then you have the Bears hosting the Packers. Come on, Packers. I'm just cheering for lower seeds to see who comes up.
You want to play the 49ers.
I don't want to play anybody else in our damn division.
If the Packers win, they come here.
Correct.
But if something else happens, the 49ers have a chance for the third time to play the Seahawks this year.
I know. And then on Sunday, you'll have the Jags hosting the Bills, which is kind of an interesting matchup. Just Jaguars hosting a playoff game.
But I know. That's insane.
Then you have the Eagles and Niners. Sunday night, you'll have Pats and Chargers. So check all that out. And also Sunday night, you have the annual Golden Globes Award. Nikki Glazer's hosts that one.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Man goes to a restaurant with his girlfriend, ends up in their promotional video. Then his wife sees it. Meanwhile, a Belltown drug dealer is busted, hiding his drugs where you would take a dump. Woman divorces husband after finding out he wears a wig. A drunk dad decides to let 12-year-old son drive his rig. And a dog in an animal shelter breaks out of the kennel, then unlocks the front door with his teeth and bolts. It is time for your headlines.
Yes.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
All right, our top story. We go to Belgium, where bad decisions are good. Earlier this month, a local officer was working a DUI checkpoint in the area when he noticed a car behaving oddly. The car was approaching at a, quote, snail's pace, and when it finally came to a stop, it was dozens of yards away from the actual officers. On approach, an officer noticed that the driver seemed to be a little on the short side and arrived at the window to find a 12-year-old behind the wheel. But before you think that this was just some kind of joyride, his father was in the car along with him, drunkenly relaxed in the passenger seat and nonchalantly admitting that he had asked the boy to drive him home after he had too much to drink. Now, while this is not a very acceptable workaround for the issue, they might have gone along with it a little easier if the boy's two siblings weren't in the back of the car as well. And their mother, who was sober, had a legal driver's license.
Oh, no. Why didn't she freaking drive? God, I just saw the headline. So I thought it's a drunk dude and his 12-year-old son, but she didn't.
Nope, she's just back there.
I would almost be angry at her. Like, the one thing about being drunk is you don't make better decisions.
Correct.
Ma'am, you're sober with a legal license.
Now, not only is the father facing charges for entrusting a car to somebody not fit to drive, but the kid is facing charges for driving without a license, and the parents are looking at charges that were filed for a, quote, concerning educational situation.
I know it sounds bad. I would go after the mother harder than the father on this.
Well, yeah.
You got to punish it. Like, you got drunk and made a stupid decision.
You're the responsible one here.
We'll all pay the price for that, right? But as an adult and who is sober with a license, like, you easily could have said, I will drive home.
And I mean, it's Belgium. It's not like it's...
Jesus, man.
Like, okay. That's what we're doing. Alrighty. Right here at home in Belltown, officers busted a drug dealer with a very appropriate hiding spot. Police on patrol spotted a car buying narcotics from the dealer and were able to catch up to the driver and bust him with the $60 worth of crack cocaine that he just purchased. The dealer's already known in the area, and they were able to pick him up as well and bring him to jail for selling drugs. He denied having any on him at the time of his arrest, though the officers warned correction staff that his claims could be false. And they were. They managed to find his crack in a rather fitting place, his underwear. That's where I find crack. He had 53 baggies of the drugs in his underwear, as well as $121 cash. He's facing charges. Hey, man, you want to smoke some of my butt crack?
He's already out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's...
I'll be honest with you. If you smoke crack, you probably don't mind that it was in his crack.
No.
You don't. If you're smoking crack, right, you're not worried about where it came from.
Zero Fs, man. Zero Fs. A Sicilian man has filed a lawsuit against a local restaurant after they featured him in a promotional TikTok without his consent. He's featured in the video enjoying his meal at a table with a lovely young lady, and it overall seems like a rather positive experience. But this isn't exactly just him not wanting the community spotlight, you see. It's because of someone else that took issue with him being in the video. His wife, who was not at the table with him. Now that's
if I'm the judge, like, the reason I'm going to throw this case out, legally speaking, you came here saying you're upset because they featured you without your consent.
Yeah. Also,
but your issue is that your wife saw. If your wife did not see it, you would not be making this argument. We already know that, so don't bother to lie to me, right? So that kind of gets thrown out.
If you're having an affair, don't go to a local restaurant, period. You might see someone you know. It could be your neighbor. It could be anybody.
Get a hotel and just have sex.
Yeah, just order DoorDash.
Now that his infidelity is on display for all to see, he claims the restaurant is at fault for his marriage crumbling and that he's been kicked out of his home. No, it's because you cheated on your wife.
And you're in
How is the restaurant at fault for that?
And I'm pretty sure you're in a private business. Like, you don't have any... right of privacy.
No, right, you walked into their business,
public place.
Their place of business.
But just in case those stories have the bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
We go to lovely West Virginia, where the door locks are weak. A local animal shelter posted a video to their Facebook page showing what they're calling a, quote, Houdini-esque hound making an impressive escape. We see the dog's kennel open in the first portion of the video, allowing the pooch to roam freely about the facility. But while escaping from a kennel isn't the easiest of tasks, the next step of his plan is all too well thought out. The dog makes for the front door, taking in the sights of the outdoor world through the glass before rearing up on his hind legs, balancing himself on the door handle, and he works the door lock with his mouth before he reaches the desired outcome, unlocking the door and making his getaway. In spite of his great escape, The shelter did post that he was quickly found safe and sound.
That's a smart dog. I don't know if you'd want to adopt that dog or not.
No.
I like that dog because it's not mine.
You come home, he's like cooking eggs.
Doors wide open. Men's Sports. Ted said you got a whole bunch of sports to watch all weekend long. College football bowl games are on throughout the weekend. College hoops are on are a big highlight throughout tomorrow. NFL wildcard weekend dominates Saturday and Sunday. And if you want something local, the Kraken are in Carolina taking on the Hurricanes over on King and Kong at 4 p.m. Your Seattle Seahawks, unfortunately, are not playing this weekend because they're the number 1 seed and they got the week off, baby.
Sir.
They'll be back at home next week. Wait on that one. As far as your weather, should be mostly clouds that we're dealing with throughout tomorrow, but that rain is due to show up for Sunday and for Monday. But that's about it. Temperature sticking to the high 40s through the weekend. But fear not, next week should be more of what we saw today. It's going to be beautiful. So for your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins.
Thanks, your bitches. Enjoy the weekend, man. Be safe out there. Pick up some Men's Room IPA from Black Raven.
Hell yeah.
Lovely Jolene's coming up here in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this biatch. So until Monday, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How did he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.